Alrighty, fight fans. EJ Boxing Live here with some of the best YouTube channels out here. Got Chris, we have Chris Caban, we have Jay Dills, and hopefully some other guys over. We're gonna talk about the fights this weekend. Chris Caban, how you doing? Jay Dills, how you doing?
I'm doing
cool. Let's talk about it, man. We're just gonna casual talk for the people now, man. So first fight we're gonna talk about, and we don't have to have no long breakdowns and shit, right? We're just gonna get into it, and we might as well start early, so when we build up, the other guys can jump in. All right, let's start with the Angulo fight, man. Let's talk about Dominic Breazeale versus Yasmany, whatever his name is, the heavyweight.
Yeah, I can talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm sure when they fight.
Let's talk about that fight, that heavyweight, man. What you guys think about Dominic Breazeale? Go on, Chris.
He's going to be trash. He's going to get knocked out before he's not going to make it up there. He's slow, he clumsy, no technique. He's slow as hell. He's going to get knocked out early.
It looks to me.
I don't see no male titties.
Oh man, he looks like the future of the heavyweight division. What you guys talking about?
Stop it.
Huh?
Stop it.
You don't think he's the future of the heavyweight division?
No, I think he's the future of being pizza manager, something like that. Not no heavyweight division.
Man, you being hard there, Chris, man. You being hard right there, brother. You being hard. Hey, Michael, we live right now, man. How you doing, Michael, from Pound Boxing Report?
Hang in there, man. Hang in there. What's going on?
Yeah, Chris here, Jay Dills. We're talking about the heavyweight, Dominic Breazeale. Man, look, man, weeks gone past, we just be breaking down fights for the longest. We're going to interact now. So what's your opinion of him? Everyone can just jump in on your opinion, but what do you think, man? Dominic Breazeale on the PBC card.
I'll be honest. I haven't seen all of that fight, but from what I've seen, I'm a bit iffy. Let me think about it. Pass the word and I'll get my opinion later.
All right, man. That's all right. Jay Dills.
Pass the word because it's like,
I'll say something about that. He got hit with too many over-top right hands. If that Cuban had any fucking power, dude would have been knocked out. But all he had to do was set up with his jab and hit the right hand and just get the motherfucker out in the first round. But it took him a while. And I wasn't impressed. He didn't look very impressive for being in shape. He needs more definition in his body, and needs his coordination. It sucks.
Heavyweights, they don't need that for the heavyweight, man. We big galoots. They don't need.
Well, he's not that good though. He looked like he might have played another sport and tried out, but he don't look like he can fight to me.
Hey, he looked like Huey Fury, man. I don't know you see Huey Fury. He look like Huey Fury.
Yeah.
Oh, he can't fight neither, bro.
I was just
got skills, man.
I wasn't that impressed.
Man, it was free. You know the guy in 3 rounds, man. I'm impressed. And I'm looking at his I'm looking at his
Who
boxing.
did he knock out though?
I'm looking, man. He's 29 years old, right? He's knockout. He had 15 wins and 40 knockout, no loss. This dude's the future, man. What you guys talking about right now, man?
Future.
You won't be around next year.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about Craig Mack? Chris is flavoring you. Chris is funny, bro.
Every time he gets hit with a jab, his titties jiggle. So I don't see that shit.
Ain't nothing wrong with no. Hey, look, man. Jay Dills, I know you be watching the man in his titties.
He's out of shape. That's what I'm saying. He out of shape.
Jay Dills be watching the man's titties, Jay Dills. What's going on, BJ? No,
you can see the motherfuckers when I got my TV on high definition. I'm like, what the fuck?
Watching the uppercuts, man. I won't watch no titties. But you know what? On the reels, like, they talking about him. He's 29 years old. They trying to push. I think he's an Al Heyman fight. I like him, man. I think. Yeah,
he look. He's shaped like Proposition Joe, though.
Y'all guys hating on him. I'm this is the thing about you guys. All 3 of y'all are American. I'm from the UK. Y'all don't back your guys, man. Like this dude.
If he wet. I keep it real.
How you see him?
No bullshit, So
I'm not gonna be blindly loyal to a guy. Absolutely not.
Chris Algieri, I see him like Chris. I see him going against Chris Arreola, man. I like to see that fight right there. You know what I mean?
Chris Arreola knock him out.
Chris said they ain't knocking no one out no more, man. Chris Arreola, I reckon that will have a good fight. I think that dude will beat Chris Arreola. What about that the Japanese, the Chinese guy, the 7-foot Chinese guy? How about you match him against the Chinese guy? That'll be a good fight, right?
I think you learn. You can tell he ain't that good.
I think you guys.
Yeah, matching like they matching him now. Because if he still
he has to have more fights and gain more experience before I can say that.
I think you guys are hard and you're harder than in America.
Man, the 7-foot wildling versus a peasant, I ain't interested in that fight.
If you guys ain't, if these dudes ain't Mike Tyson, you guys ain't rolling them. That's what it seems.
Hey, if they ain't Lennox Lewis, get it right.
If they ain't Lennox Lewis?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it seems to me, man.
How you gonna say that when I count Anthony Joshua, bro? How you gonna say that?
But that's what I'm trying to say. You from the UK, you from the States, right? And you backing my dude. I'm backing your dude. I like the dude.
We based off of talent. We don't just
and I count well, so you can't say that now.
Yeah, but he knocked out everyone in front of him. I understand, man. Like,
what did he knock out though?
He knocked out this dude right here, man. Like, I don't know what he's talking about, man. You know?
Man, I beat that dude right there. What are you talking about?
You ain't beating nobody, man.
In the first round with that Cuban dude, and that Cuban dude got no power. I'm telling you.
You chase these power J deals?
Man, what that motherfucker got? What, 3 knockouts in his career or something?
You take these power J deals?
Yeah, I could take his power. The way he set up them shots, please.
You crazy, man. Y'all crazy, man.
That should have been on Cartoon Network. They shouldn't even have that fight on PBC.
Man, I don't know what you guys are talking about. That was one of the best fights I seen all year, man, for real, man.
That's hyperbole right there. That's hyperbole.
That's a good word. That's a good word there, hyperbole. I like that one. This is what I'm talking about, man. We having fun out here, and fight fans, don't take me too seriously. I'm just trying to get the best out of these dudes. And everyone reckons that this guy's gonna be the future like me. We all agree this dude's gonna be the future of boxing. So we good.
Nope. He can't beat Butterbean.
Oh man, Butterbean was a good fight though, man. Come on, man.
Man, stop.
No, he wasn't.
Butterbean was an all-American fighter, man. That dude, he was the king of the 4 rounds, man.
The key word, 4 rounds.
Who's that talking? That Beats?
Yeah, Larry Holmes said Butterbean's the hardest puncher.
Let Beats get some burn. Let Beats get some burn. Go ahead, Beats.
Yeah, Larry Holmes said Butterbean is the hardest puncher he ever faced.
Thank you. Tell them, Beats.
I don't think he was all that good, though.
Man, a tough man contest fighter. He came from the tough man. He ain't no good boxer.
Beats brings the encyclopedia right here. See what I'm saying? You know Beats knows his stuff. Like, Butterbean was this is what I'm saying, Beats. They don't back their Beats. You see the Breazeale? Dominic Breazeale? You see him fight?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see it? Like, I sent him the link.
Oh, I'll send it to you. Because you're keeping it real.
It's in my
Look at them titties right there.
No, actually, you know what? Actually, it wasn't even on YouTube, you know. Actually, I ain't gonna lie. Look, yeah, you're looking at the titties right there. See, JD's Beast. JD's been looking at the guy's titties. He likes the guy's titties, man. JD's a tough. I was looking at knockout, but JD's been looking at the guy's chest area. JD's, man.
Man, he shaped like Kurowski.
Hey, hey, what you say? Hey, Joe Beat, how you doing, bro?
What's happening?
Yeah, we just you know what? I'm trying to change the format, man. I had enough of it too structured. Where we're just gonna rap, man. We're just gonna rap.
I'll be honest, yeah. I'm skeptic. I haven't seen him fight, but when I see a heavyweight with physique like that, I need to examine it thoroughly, you know, because if you're training thoroughly and your body is chiseled up, I have to do some investigation.
Okay, we talking about Dominic Breazeale on the PBC card. You see that fight?
I'm sorry, but I'm having.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that fight.
You haven't? Was that Michael?
I'm having difficulty hearing everybody. I can't hear Beats right now.
No, Beats is pretty low. Don't worry about Michael. Beats is pretty low. Don't worry about it. But it's don't Beats. Don't trust that though because you don't want it changing. Don't worry about Michael. You have to listen hard. But we are kind of over talking each other. But just kind of listening. I can hear it, Mike. Don't worry about it. Hey, go ahead, Beep. What you think of Dominic, the next man?
It's hard to gauge him off of his opponent. Obviously, he appeared to be heavy-handed. He had some type of skill to him, but it still seems a little bit rough around the edges. Kind of like loops the shots a little bit. Some of the punches looked like they were arm punches, but he's definitely an athlete. Definitely physically strong. I think who was Beats talking about him not being chiseled physique-wise?
It was. Oh yeah, Beats was saying that. Yeah, Beats was
Yeah. You know, I noticed the same thing too. And sometimes, you know, some guys, they don't have that body beautiful, but they're still athletic. They could be natural athletes. You know, I've run into a lot of guys that didn't look like much, but they actually were more than what they looked. So, you know, I didn't get anything that jumped out at me like this guy is going to be something special, or there was no wow factor in it. But I mean, you know, he's got some excitement to him. You know, he's heavy-handed. He fights aggressively. He has a fan-friendly style. Does have a, you know, he tried to use the jab. He tried, you know, to fight in an intelligent way. It's just that you could tell that he's still learning and still developing as a fighter. So it's going to take some time. It's not something that I don't think he has an extensive amateur background or anything like that. So you could tell that he's rough around the edges because of that. But we'll see. I mean, definitely there's something to look at in terms of entertainment value. Just he has to be matched carefully. He has to be brought along carefully, or he can get hurt.
Okay. Now, the next question. I'm going to send one question around the board. And let's start with you, Joe.
Yes.
Is he going to hold the heavyweight title for the next 10 years?
Never. Never. Absolutely not.
Ask someone else.
Who? Jay Dills.
In my dreams, but nah, he ain't holding nothing.
Okay.
Chris?
Journeyman status.
EJ.
Let me tell you this. Like, who holds the heavyweight title for the next 10 years other than the Klitschko's? We don't know about Wilder.
Tyson Fury.
All right.
Is the future of this division.
And Joshua. Okay, all right.
Joshua.
I'm telling you right now, this dude gonna be in some good fights. I'm rolling with him, and I reckon this dude can be the next Chris Arreola. So I like him.
You know why, EJ? I want to tell you something that I really love about you as an analyst. You always find something nice to say about every fighter, and you know what? And I'm not making fun of that. I love it. You're a positive guy. I see when you interview guys, you never put anybody on blast. You ask tough questions, but you're respectful. You're an optimist when it comes to this game, man. You're a bright spot. When I'm on Twitter, all I hear is Debbie Downers. You're a bright spot, bro.
No, man. Hey, listen, bro. There's too much darkness out here. We have to have fun out here. But I'm telling you right now, the thing is, he's an out-Haman fighter, and everyone was shitting him. And it's the same like with Omar Figueroa. I try to tell people, man, Omar Figueroa, like, he limited, but he's an action fighter. That last fight was terrible. I had him losing. But this dude here, I like him. He's a heavyweight. He did what he had to do, and I'm interested to see how he's gonna do in the heavyweight division. So, you know what I mean? I've started purposely on the low of the card to make sure you guys can jump in. All right, we're going to move up to the next fight. And the thing is, I'm trying to keep this hangout as casual as possible because me and Beats, and we talked after, it's too long. We burn too much breaking down fights, man. So we try and keep it a minute.
The thing is this, EJ, instead of asking people if they watch certain fights, right, just let people, if people, you obviously start off the dialogue with the fight, and then, you know, let people jump in if they have any input because I actually did watch all the fights this week, but some people may have missed a few.
Yeah, so I made sure you did. I made sure you did, though. You know I made sure you did, right?
Yeah, I appreciate what you did, but I did watch a lot of them already anyways because I wasn't too busy this week, so I was able to watch them all. Yeah. I missed a few of the fight night, the Golden Boy ones, but I'm glad you sent me those. Those were okay. I mean, they were what they were, you know what I mean? But yeah. You know, it was good. I appreciate you sending them to me, though. No,
that's all right. But the weekend, to be honest with you, there's not many. And Beats, and just in case, Beats, you got a quiz ready for us later on, yeah?
I think I've got one somewhere. Yeah, I've got one somewhere.
All right, Beats, because I'll be interested to do that because I reckon we're gonna get through things pretty quickly. All right, we're gonna move on, and this is everyone just inputting. You don't have to mute whatever. Like the Angulo fight, man. The Alfredo Angulo versus Darrell Reynolds, man. I enjoyed that fucking fight, man. Man. So he fighting at middleweight, and this dude was fucking big. He was fighting. He looked like a huge guy. The guy looked like a fucking cruiserweight. Angulo just demolished him. That was a good fight. Delray, whatever his name is, the old Rainy. I ain't never seen him before, but Angulo fucking put on thing. And apparently to Michael, what's that woman's name again? The woman on your show. What's her name again?
Geale.
Yeah, Geale. Apparently, Geale, I talked to him on Twitter. She said he got the loudest ovation when he came in and then into the what's the place called again? The couple. Was it the place in San Francisco again? Yeah, the Stop Hub. He got the loudest ovation when he came in. So I was impressed by Alfredo Angulo, the guy he fought in the middleweight, and he looked like the old Angulo. So you guys just jump in, say what you feel, man. Anyone.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, EJ. When I was watching those first couple rounds, I said to myself, "Wow, I mean, he's all done, man. He's struggling with this guy, really not a top tier type opponent." And then after the fourth round, I mean, once he was able to land flush, it was all she wrote. But I didn't see anything that would make me think that Angulo could be a top 10 fighter ever again. I mean, it goes back to what you're saying, though. For entertainment value, absolutely, he brings a lot to the table entertainment value-wise. But early in the fight, when I just watch him get hit so clean and so flush, so easily by just about everybody at this stage, and I'm not dumping on the guy by no means, because I respect the guy. He's the type of guy that you want to root for, given his history, his background, and he's a likable person. He seems to be like a very nice guy. But at the end of the day, he gets hit with everything but the kitchen sink. Anybody who has any type of power, any type of accuracy, any type of sharp punching ability, precise punching ability, they're gonna bust up his face, man. And if he continues to fight guys like this, that's fine. But he's gonna step it up again. And once he does start stepping it up again, he's gonna get hurt. So that's the thing. Like, he went back to his old trainer, but it's really not gonna really change anything.
That's what you need to do for yourself. You're getting feedback, bro. What do you need? I'm getting feedback, bro.
Yeah, that's not me. I think that's somebody else.
Yeah, that's what you need. I'm trying to mute him, man. There you go. You're muted. Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, early on, I was cringing. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I thought he was. I thought he was gonna lose again, like the Del Rosa fight. Remember that fight? I thought this was gonna be a rerun of that. But it's so funny is he is naturally gifted with heavy hands, and he's a clubber. And when he does make contact, he reminds me of George Foreman sometimes. But by the way he punches, man, George Foreman was just like a clubber.
Yeah.
Didn't look like, wasn't really explosive, but he's just heavy. Some guys are just heavy-handed. And he is just a heavy-handed guy. But I don't think those heavy hands are going to bail him out against a top-level guy.
You got a good point, man. Anyone else that's jumping?
It was like two shifts of fight. Like, the first half, Reigns was hurting that dude. But then, after the fourth round, once you get hit with something, the fight unfolded, and Angulo with that right hand just ended that fight, and that was a good comeback by Angulo. But I've seen a lot of Angulo fights like that. But it's good to see that he finally got a win since 2012. And
yeah. I enjoyed. I know. I hear what you're saying. You're right, man. I don't think he's gonna ever be an elite fighter. But man, it's an entertainment fight. It was entertaining, though. You know what I'm saying?
There's a place for him in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just hope that he just takes the right fights, and because if he continues to get touched up like he's been being touched up, basically he's going to be another Margarito. You see how Margarito is basically blind in one eye, and you don't want to wish that on anybody. You don't want to see any residual physical damage when these guys stop fighting. You know what I'm saying? And he's a fairly young guy, but certain guys are just get sharp-born at a very young age because of their style.
Well, Joe, he's got a place, but his place will be he'll get a few more wins like at this level here, and then he'll be a gatekeeper for an upcoming prospect to beat.
Exactly. And I just hope he can make as much money as possible before his career runs out.
Hey man, I like him versus Triple G. I like him versus Chris Eubank Jr. I like him in all them fights, man. I think he'll do well, man.
I don't want to see him in there with Triple G now. Chris Eubank Jr. maybe, but not Triple G, man.
You guys, come on, Angulo put up a good couple of fights. He'll give Triple G.
You like to see people get hurt, AJ. That's not me, bro.
I actually, he's gonna fight.
I'm trying to tell you, man. He won't bring it, bro. Hey, what you put some hard feedback, man. I don't know what it is. What you mean? What's that? If you could start your feedback, you could just jump in, but you got some feedback and it says hard. Go ahead, Beats, man.
Yeah,
Still getting it?
I just want to cut in quickly. I'm going to call him Dominic and Breazeale.
It's like air or something like that. There's a lot of feedback coming back. Go ahead, Beats.
No, I'm just going to go back to Angulo in a sec, but I'm watching Dominic Breazeale. I'm going to call him Pac-Man because he's just eating shots. I've seen him eat shots, bro. But he ate them up well. He's catching bullets.
But that's what Chris and Michael, you could jump in at any point, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, he does not good to me. He's clumsy, he's slow, and he's there. He can't get out of the way of no punches. Somebody gonna put him to sleep.
Man, I like the dude, man.
He doesn't snap his jab either.
You know what? I got a funny thing when people start shitting on fighters and with undefeated records, like a Wilder, like what's his name again? What's it, Guerrero, Rigondeaux, and some of these. But man, I bond to them dudes because I don't see why you should shit on them. If they haven't felt at any fault, they haven't felt. It's like people want them to fall, they want to shit on him. So I can't be dissing this dude until he freaking comes to a hurdle and gets eaten. You know what I'm saying? So that's my logic.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
The big dude though.
What's that?
He's a big dude though. He's 6'7", but he's at the shots well. He's took the shots.
Yeah. Michael, you still there?
I'm here.
Oh, you can hear Beats now, yeah?
He looks like he'll be exciting.
Not really. Barely.
Go ahead, Beats.
No, it looks like he'll be exciting, perhaps. You know what I mean? It looks like it could be exciting, but technically,
it all depends. It all depends on the matchmaking. That's what that's what it's all about.
yes.
You know, if you're a manager or a promoter, it's like the guys who had Butterbean. They knew what they had, and they had to match him accordingly.
No, he's right,
it's the same thing with this guy. He's got to get matched accordingly. You know, at some point they'll probably cash him out, or he'll be some big names fodder at some point. But they're gonna build him up a little bit before they do that.
Yeah.
The thing is, people undervalue matchmaking. Like guys like Johnny Boss and Bruce Trampler. You know, these guys they save people's cards and stuff in their businesses. Like this is why 50 Cent is in such trouble, right? He said, "Yeah, I'm just gonna put on fights, man." I don't think he had a decent matchmaker. You know?
No.
He doesn't have a lot of boxing people around him. If you notice, look what Jay-Z did. What did Jay-Z do when he started up? He got boxing people around him. You know what I'm saying? You got to get people with experience. It's like anything else, man. When you go on an interview or you're interviewing somebody, you got to look at the resume, bro. You got to look at the history. You got to look at the qualifications. He doesn't have any boxing people around him. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Jay-Z is probably going to be all right, and 50 Cent is struggling right now because Jay-Z put the right team in place, and so did Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather put the right team in place. It's all about, you know, putting the right people around you. You want people around you smarter than you. That's the only way you're going to get better, or your company's going to grow.
You're absolutely right, man. But you guys, Beach, let's try to stick with this topic right now. Angulo, the next Hey, what do you need that feedback to want? I'm gonna have to give. Go ahead, Beats.
Triple, yeah, why not? Nah, you can't put him in the triple. But I think you know, the funny thing is, I think for a few rounds, it could be something. But no, he's too far gone now. Maybe when he was at the Kirkland stage, he would have been given.
He's just slow. He's just so slow now, though. You see how slow and lethargic he is, man. Like, you know what it is? I hate to say it, but you could actually see that he's physically slowed down neurologically because of the punishment he's taken in the ring. Like, you know, it's crazy. Everybody thinks it's all like, you know, cognitive things like speaking and talking and you know, just being able to process thoughts quick when you get hit a lot. But also it dulls your reflexes as well. Yeah. Because there's a lot of things connected to that brain that you know that you use to do it, you know, not just mental things but physical things.
Yeah, because
and
because the mind, the mind has to send signals to the body, and they say some boxers see the mind can't send the signal quick enough, and they get stand up in there. Yeah, I mean, listen, when he took that knot in his head against Lara, man, that looked severe, man. That was horrible, man.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. I reckon he was punched up a long time ago, but I was happy for him. You know, he find. I know that's not his hometown, but you know, a lot of Latino people. I was happy for him to get that win. Michael, you wanna see? Someone's got a YouTube. Joe, you got the YouTube thing in the background. He said mute himself on YouTube. I hear the back. Doesn't matter. All right, Michael or Chris, you wanna say something about it?
About Angulo?
Yeah, Angulo, man. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
I think that was a good win for him, something to get him on the win column, but next middleweight champion, like you just said, no way.
I reckon he can pick up belt.
I don't think he can beat Rosado, to tell you the truth.
That'll be a good fight, man.
Now that would be something to watch.
You see?
That's a good fight. That's a good fight right there.
I like it. That's why I want to see him fight somebody, like if they're going to step him up, or Rosado.
I seen him whooping Rosado's ass
already. Didn't he beat Rosado already?
No.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, see? I told you. The next middleweight.
That was early on, though. I'm talking about now.
Yeah, the next middleweight champion of the world. He could. Right now, he could be Cotto right now. I don't care. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, EJ, please.
All right, I'm trolling. Michael, you want to say anything before we move on?
The problem with the Angulo fight, I mean, look, nice win. Going forward, you can set him up for a fight like a Rosado type of whatever. The problem is, look at the guy he fought. The guy he fought, who has he really beat? He's not a B. He's not an A level. He's not a B level. Maybe a C level opponent. There's just too much physical deterioration, as far as I'm concerned, for Angulo moving forward. So middleweight, hell no. There's just too much deterioration, physical, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to Angulo. So he can get some exciting fights here and there, but anything close to championship level, no.
I got him staying in the stuff up. I think he should stay there, and I think he should fight some big doofus like the one he just beat here. I enjoyed that fight, man. That big dude looked like a giant, man. You see the size of his back, man. I thought it was a cruiserweight.
Who looked bigger? Who looked bigger, him or Daniel Geale yesterday?
Oh shit! You know what? We gonna get onto it. Don't worry, Jay. This is why I started early, like to build our way up the car. We gonna get to it, Jay. We gonna get to that. You know what? That's gonna be a very hot topic. But we're gonna move on to the next fight. Darchinyan versus Jesus Caballero or Caballero, whatever.
I watched the highlights. He knocked the guy down. It was a good fight.
Alright, let's talk it. While I bring up the pictures. Go ahead, please. Talking it. Go ahead now.
He got clubbed like a seal, man. Like it was horrible at the end, man. It wasn't nice watching it because I'm watching this guy, an old guy at this weight. How old is he? 40. Fighting a featherweight. It's time to stop now. I mean, I'm not advocating for him to retire, but he looked when the referee stopped, he just looked like an old dude, man. Just looked like an old dude out of place.
You know, he had a good first round. He had some moments in the second and third as well where he was able to land that left hand.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I was sitting there saying, wow, this is actually going to be a pretty good fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know the thing about Cuellar is heavy-handed, right? He's a very, very good inside fighter, and he's strong.
Yes.
And the thing is he's a guy who has he has a little bit of everything. He has decent boxing skills, right? He's physically strong, and he can punch too. So he's just a physically imposing type guy, and if you can't stop him in his tracks, he will wear you down. He has that imposing, swarming type style, but there's a controlled manner to his aggression. You know what I mean? A lot of the fights that I saw last night, if you really broke them down and analyzed them, it was all about body positioning, and you can always tell when a guy can fight well on the inside just by the way his shoulders are lined up with his opponents. It's like a guy who's a sniper has got those sights. Those sights are basically the shoulders in boxing, your opponent's shoulders. You see a guy who's going, you're trying to fight a guy inside, you're going shoulder to shoulder with somebody, that's the wrong thing because you're right in his sights. Yeah. The good inside fighters, they can kind of, not square themselves up, give that side positioning properly, and they can take their right shoulder and put it on the outside of their opponent's shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Their opponent's right shoulder. So that way they're set up properly to evade the shot, but also they're set up perfectly to turn in and put leverage on their hook. And it's the same thing when you go to the other side, take that shoulder, put on the outside, and then you could roll and come over with the right hand. So if you looked at Cuellar's body positioning on the inside, he not only was physically pushing Darchinyan back, but he was, sliding off to the side, dipping his shoulder outside of Darchinyan's shoulder, and he was bending his knees and he was digging with the body shots and the hook and the short looping right hand over the top. So I know we're going to get into this later with Guerrero, but it was the same thing in the Guerrero fight with Martinez. You saw two guys who were able to position themselves very well on the inside because they're schooled at fighting on the inside. But you can always tell when a guy's not schooled on fighting on the inside because he lines his shoulders up with his opponent's shoulders, and he doesn't, put the head off to the side and put leverage on the shots. And you saw that was one great thing that Cuellar was doing, was being able to slide his shoulder on the outside of Darchinyan and just kind of evade the Darchinyan's offense, and then just turn into his own hooks and then slide over there and come over with the right hand. So he's really beautiful work by Cuellar as that fight went on, because you saw the difference when Darchinyan had some space. That's when he was able to land a left hook. The left hand.
I actually think he's too old now, but Darchinyan's got an awkward style, man.
Yeah,
his style is awkward, boy. I don't care what no one says.
But once you kind of shut down that left hand, and the way you do that is by closing the gap, because he needs some space with that left hand. He doesn't shorten it up very well. You know what I mean? He's not a guy who fights. He's not even really that well adept on the mid-range or up close. He's more of a guy who likes to fight on the outside. That's when he does his work. And Donaire was kind of a mid-range fighter. So once Donaire took that fight to the mid-range, he was able to kind of take that hook away, that left hand away from Darchinyan. That's how you take that left hand away from Darchinyan, if you don't give him the space to fully uncork it. Because if you watch, he likes to really have that distance where he can really turn it over. He more or less throws it in an overhand type fashion. Or the other side throws like an overhand type fashion. He's not a guy who can really shorten it up and turn it over well when he doesn't have that space. And you see when guys take that space away from him and get kind of up close to him, you see how ineffective that left hand becomes.
Yeah. When I watched this fight, Dick to me looked like he done well in the early round, but then as the runs go on with the bigger dude, it looked like he was struggling. Like he get in the lower weights. You remember he come from flyweight. In the lower weight divisions, he would have knocked most dudes out with them punches. But he fought higher guy. He fought Nonito, fought obviously Nicholas Waters. I think this guy enjoys a good fight. I think the Hop Stuff is a good fight. And he was looking pretty good now. Dick, he's a former multiple world champion, but it was just too much, man. It was too much, and it wasn't like the other dude was that spectacular. I think the weight had something to do with it, and Dick's resistance.
Yeah, but that kid's pretty solid though, EJ.
Yeah, but Dick's resistance to being hit and being knocked down, I think that had a factor into it. But he's a brave. I give it to Dick Butchin. He's a brave motherfucker, bro. He's a brave little.
That guy Cuellar is going to be a handful for a lot of guys at featherweight. He's pretty solid.
Yeah. Hey, Michael and Chris, you can jump in on this one, right? Anytime, man.
What I like about the fight was it was good. It was good action, depending on who controlled their range. When Cuellar was able to go to the body, it was mid-range. When Darchinyan set up space for himself, whether it was on the ropes or the corner of the post, the left hand came about, or he'll ambush it. And Cuellar was respecting that, or Cuellar would get, buzzed by them shots and stuff, especially around the third and the fourth round. But that body work kept Darchinyan honest and stuff. Where liver shots where it was to the stomach, the jab. Cuellar is just a strong man, and Darchinyan usually has that style that I'm accustomed to watching his fights, where he's the bull. Well, it was a bigger bull going at the bull, and Darchinyan tried to become the matador and try to check try to check right hook him to get some spacing so he could set up that left hand, but Cuellar was eventually slipping through that and throwing body shots, getting the jab going, get the right hand here and there. Darchinyan just eventually was starting to slow down, and when he slowed down, I like what Cuellar did. He fainted over top right.
Who's this guy? Come on, man. Yo, go ahead, Jake. Go ahead, Jake.
Somebody on an Android device, they need to give them a computer.
Yeah, they need to stop doing it.
But anyways, I like how he set up the body shot to go for the over top right on Darchinyan, but Darchinyan kept on stepping back, and that time he needed to step back from the corner to the other side, but he stepped back on a back line, and that's where he easily got clipped. And after that, Cuellar just put the pressure on him, and Darchinyan's corner was just, they didn't want to see the guy look like that. He needs to retire. I mean, those are the type of fights that tells you like an older fighter ain't got it no more, or it's just that division ain't for him. So that's how.
Hey man, look man, we don't have to go like, this is for everyone, like lengthy breakdowns. Yeah, it's all well and done. Yeah, but shit, we're gonna drop me off to sleep. So let's try and keep it short. Everyone swear down. Everyone go speak short.
The old Darchinyan would throw more of his hands out there, but the older Darchinyan is just a fucking old fart that is crafty, could fight, but he can't get the job done in this fucking division because every motherfucker up in there is too big for his ass. He ain't gonna get knocked the fuck out, and that's the point in blank. Okay.
I was into everyone go for the. Hey, what you need? You sound alright now. You sound good to go now. Go ahead, my man.
Yeah, I was saying that Vic liked to go for the knockout, man.
Yeah, there you go. That's what's up. He thought, and he's an exciting fighter, right? He don't mind. Go ahead. What you need?
No. I'm just engaging with you. I'm saying, he's funny to He's funny. The thing about him was he tried to head control Cuellar. That's what happened. He had him in the headlock, the little head clench, but Cuellar slipped under it like a Povetkin kind of move. He slipped under the headlock and hooked him over the top, So that's how my boy got clocked. He was doing pretty good. Good, I think.
I thought so. Mike, you want to say something before we move on? Hassan, I know you there as well, Hassan. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, I've been on mute while everybody's talking now. It's nothing further I need to add here. I think the breakdown has been pretty much said. I would just say this is a case of, it looks like that the bigger man won, and if Darchinyan, if he wants to continue on, he has to move back down in weight because he's just too small and his punches don't have the impact at featherweight or junior featherweight for that matter. And that's all I have to say. We can move on to the next fight because I know you're pressed for time.
No, not really. But
But he did stun Cuellar in, I think it was round 4 or something like that.
Yeah, he did.
Wobbled him twice or something like that.
He brought the little guy.
You heard him twice in the fight, he had his moments. It looked like, he looked like he was going to hang in there for a while, and then it all went down. As soon as Cuellar realized that he could manhandle him on the inside, he just took full advantage of that.
Yeah, I saw Beach. Beach, you'd have to maybe Beach is doing something in the background over there. Just jump in. Assad, you can say something as well, man. Before we move on to the main event.
Bring it on, baby. Bring on the main event.
Beach, you want to say something? I guess Beach might be doing something over there. All right, we're going to move on to the main event. And this is what I've been waiting for, man, for real. I know there ain't many fights this weekend, but this one here, this is a whole... And I'll be honest with you, this is probably going to be a whole hour topic. And everyone will disagree, maybe disagree. We're going to talk about Roberto Guerrero versus Aaron Martinez. And for me, I'm going to jump off straight away, man. This Martinez dude beat the fuck out of him, bro. I mean, watching it with Chris, I had him from the second round onwards winning every friggin' round. Maybe I gave the last round to Guerrero, but that's it, right? The last round. Yeah. I didn't give Guerrero the first round and the last round. That's it. In between,
I had this fight 95-94 for Martinez.
Me too.
So he got this is what I'm trying to say. Everyone will disagree. He got baited. Look, man, I don't know. This is what I'm gonna say, right? I'm gonna say, put it out there. There's residual effects from. There's either two things happening there. Residual effects from Keith Thurman being knocked down for the first time, and he ain't recovered from that, or his dad's a terrible trainer. It's
the same thing that I spoke about in the Darchinyan fight. It's a guy who doesn't know how to fight on the inside. You know, go back in his career. Go back to the Katsides fight when he used to box on the outside, and all of a sudden now he thinks he's Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and he tried. Not Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. And he tries to fight dudes on the inside. He cannot fight on the inside. Every time he tries to fight on the inside, he gets pummeled. Why doesn't he go back to the Ogra? You know, when he started boxing from the outside and he started using his jab and
control the whole action.
He had space, but then for some reason he thinks he's got to be Julio Cesar Chavez and he got to go on the inside. Oh, I want to entertain the fans. Keep entertaining the fans and let get your face busted up like that all the time. He can make these fights so much easier if he just boxed on the outside, just like when he fought Katsides back in the day when he was in the lighter weight classes. He moves up to welterweight, and all of a sudden he thinks he's a fucking beast on the inside. He can't fight on the inside. He's another guy that just stands there, squares his shoulders up, and he's like this, and he's like, let's go. There's no movement. He has no leverage on his shots either when he fights. He's the same thing. Like he just needs to box. He needs to get some space. He needs to fight on the outside like he used to.
He went from a boxer who was good at controlling range, right? And after the Iden fight, he just lost the plot. I had him losing. I thought the guy pulled out the knockdown. I thought he won. But
I had him winning. I had him winning by 1 point. 1 point.
Me too.
I had him
win 1.2.
Yeah.
It could have been a draw. It could have been a draw.
Yeah. But I think he pulled out the 12th round. 12th, 11th, 10th. Not Steve Farhood and me were like that.
I gave him the last 3 rounds. I thought he finished the fight strong, but what did he do in the last 3 rounds? What you need? He started
control range. He was walking down.
Yeah, he started catching him at the end of the shots, and he started using his jab, and he started creating the distance properly, and he stopped with this bullshit. His dad told him, he said, "Hey, enough with that bullshit. You better start using your jab and push this guy back with your jab. Don't let this guy in your chest anymore." This guy was killing him inside.
But I say, I say that the only reason that guy backed off of him though was because of that body shot, that liver shot in the 5th round. When Martinez, he felt that shot and he backed off. He was like, nah, I don't think.
Let me ask you this: if he fights the whole fight like he fought the last 3 rounds, it's an easy fight for him, bro. He beats this guy like fucking,
but I think the guy had to get his respect though. I mean, he had to get the respect.
But the thing is this: once you start seeing that the guy, he waited way too long to switch it up. Like once you see the guy is better than you want, he's not an inside fighter. He needs to stop that shit. Or he's gonna fucking get hurt.
For real. Especially against the ropes. Yeah. I mean, in the center of the ring, he does pretty good.
When he fights at long range, he's better. He's a better fighter.
But he should learn that. Go ahead. Yeah, he should learn it. I mean,
well, he
Martinez can't fight on his back foot
like this. He started fighting like this during, like Beat said, the Adine fight and the Guerrero fight, and he had somewhat success against those 2 guys because guess what? Those are 2 other opponents that can't fight on the inside either. So then he figured this is going to be the new Robert Guerrero. I'm going to be this fucking bruiser on the inside. I'm gonna be the old Mexican guys who fucking dig to the body, fight on the inside, up and under, all this and that. That's not your game, bro. You got to fight like Marquez. You got to fight on the outside. box like Martinez box.
Aaron Martinez wasn't a normal Mexican fight. He was slick, man. He got some slick, man. You know, he wasn't there to be hit. He had good head movement, and he knew how to fight soft.
But because he knew how to position his body on the inside, where he could turn and put his head off to the side and get up underneath shots, and his torso continued to move. He was always moving. He was always moving, sliding his upper body from side to side. He never stayed still. Whereas when Guerrero is up close like that, he does not move his upper body. He stays like
especially on the ropes. That's why he got tagged on the ropes.
Yeah. I mean, he just cannot fight that style. And you got to give Martinez credit because he's a very capable fighter on the inside. I'm not saying this guy's a world beater, but he can hold his own on the inside, man.
Yeah. What's happened to the guy, man? Because Martinez, when he fought him, he landed.
One minute. Hey, Joe, man, get some feedback, right?
You hearing feedback from me?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because it keeps your screen every time I'm talking. It's a bit of feedback. If you give me some.
Like, he landed the first two punches, the guy Martinez, and then I was thinking to myself, okay, clinch, pivot. No, he stood there and got hit more, and about let a 7-punch combination for him. So there's something's happened to the guy. I don't know what it is, where he thinks he has to take punches. This machismo thing is coming to his game, where he thinks taking punches. Yeah. He didn't used to do it like he used to keep range. I remember watching him fight against Litzar and at lightweight or whatever weights, and he used to keep distance. The only time he got in trouble at them weights was in Salido.
Like it's more manly to be. His dad just told him it's more manly to be. Like that's what, Mexicans, we fight, we don't run, we're not no chicken. We fight like that's like, man, that's some bullshit. You fight to fucking look off your head, man. So you come out the
Well, one benefit of him fighting the way he's been fighting is he's getting a lot of fucking fights. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's getting a lot of fights.
He ain't gonna spend the money. That's gonna be drooling in the bar.
He's saying that he does great action. Berto, great action. Furman, great action. This fight, great action. Aiden, great action.
Kamagai, great action.
Kamagai, great action. The only fight that wasn't great action was Floyd, because Floyd shut him out and didn't let him do none of that.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. When people want to take a look at guys like Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, and Bernard Hopkins, and they say, why do they fight the way they fight? I got a good answer for you. Take a look at Robert Guerrero's face in his last 3 fights, and then you ask yourself the same question: why do those guys fight the way they fight?
But Guerrero's one tough son of a bitch, man. That's a tough guy, man.
All right, but is he going to be one
knocked
son
down
of a bitch 10 years from now when he's got somebody fucking feeding him, man? I mean, I hate to say that. I don't wish that on anybody, man, but he is getting hit.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, you need to see some program Beef's got. Beef's got a documentary of these 2 boxing brothers, and you beast, man. He's so fucking depressing. These 2 boxers, they're in the old people's home. They're fucking what they barely 50, and the old people's home.
Danny Moyer and Phil Moyer. Danny Moyer was the first. No, Michael actually. Remember we was debating it.
Yeah.
Emil Griffiths was the first light middleweight champion, and then it was Danny Moyer. You know what I mean? And they're both in a home, and like I don't know about now, but their dad was looking after them. That was a horrible documentary, man.
Yeah, they were out of it. Like what Beebs was talking about, the residual effects of later on is this tremendous. And this is what I'm feeling about with. I ain't trying to take nothing away from Aaron Martinez. Aaron Martinez did what he had to do. But with the way he knocked down, the man looked like he was lifeless. It was.
But the thing is, EJ, we've all alluded to this, and I think we can all agree upon this. And correct me if I'm wrong. Robert Guerrero doesn't have to fight the way he's been fighting these last couple fights. He doesn't have to fight that way, and he's doing it to please the fans. But at what expense? At what cost? You know what I'm saying?
Hey Habib, I got a question for you.
Absolutely.
Habib, I got a question. You think Martinez lack ability to fight on his back foot cost him the fight?
You know, I don't think there was a problem really with him being backed up by Guerrero. I think that, you know, the thing is, what could have cost him the fight was Guerrero's strong finish, but you know that was Guerrero's strength, fighting on the outside. So what I'm saying is, if Guerrero kept him at that distance the whole fight, he was gonna win the fight easily. He was gonna whitewash him, and I'm not taking anything away from Martinez either. But the thing is you saw that there was points in the fight when Guerrero would do that. He would create the space, and that's when he had success. But every time he got close and he stopped jabbing and he obliged and he welcomed him in like that, that's when things got rough for Guerrero. So, you know, I think the only way that Martinez could be put on the back foot is if Guerrero had that space to be able to extend on his shots and turn his shots over and utilize the jab. You know what I'm saying? Because the only way you can utilize a jab, obviously, is by creating yourself space. So to answer your question in a quick way, in an easy way, I don't think he could deal with Guerrero's jab. I thought if Guerrero was using that jab and getting that jab untracked consistently, like he did in 8, 9, and 10. I think that was always going to keep him on his heels. It was going to offset everything Martinez tried to do because he could not time it properly. You know, Guerrero has a very educated right jab, and in my opinion, that's his best punch. So why not use that? You know what I'm saying? Why not use that?
But what I thought happened, like he started pumping the jab more, and it did land more, but a lot of them jabs didn't actually connect. What happened was the guy started so well, and he wasn't like beforehand. We didn't think he was going to do anything. Guerrero could the only thing Guerrero could do after the first five is improve, and I think the guy lost the fight just on virtue that he stopped working. I don't think Guerrero did that much. Like you say, the jab did land more. I have to give him credit, and what you need did point out the body shots. But the guy, he kind of threw it away in the second half. He threw it.
I think what happened.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Let me just say one last thing though. In response to Beats, you know, the thing is, Beats, and I'm sure you know this too. Like the jab doesn't always really have to land because the jab can offset your opponent's offense, and that jab kept him at bay. It kept him from getting. It didn't allow Aaron Martinez to get set. You know what I'm saying? It took him out of his rhythm.
I agree.
And that's the key to the jab with Guerrero. It didn't necessarily have to land. Just the fact that he was throwing it was taking Martinez out of his rhythm, keeping him off balance, and not allowing him to get his offense untracked. And that was the thing. The jab just took everything away from this kid, and it was a shame that it wasn't utilized properly the whole fight. And even his father said the same thing.
Yeah. What you need? You was gonna say something, guys. That's not.
Yeah. You can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say that. Guerrero was using the jab, but I think what happened was the momentum of the fight built in the direction of Martinez up to the fourth. He peaked. That's me. Right. He peaked at the fourth. In the fourth round, he peaked. But then in the fifth round, the momentum changed when Guerrero started to work his liver area. He started to hit him in the liver, and he stayed off the ropes. He stayed in the center of the ring because he can fight on the inside, but I think in the center of the ring. Can you guys hear me? Or you hear background feedback?
No, everything's fine.
Okay, cool. So that was what I wanted to say. And also, another thing I noticed with Robert Guerrero is that because he's southpaw, that straight left was his weapon. To the body, to the head, to the body, to the head. That was his weapon that he should have worked off of. His jab and his straight left. And then if he wanted to work on the inside, he could do that. But he had to do it on his terms, pushing Martinez back. Because Martinez didn't fight very well on the back foot. That's what you guys realized. Once you started pushing him back, I heard his father saying, push him back, push him back. He can't fight on the back foot. And that's what he needed to do. He started
That's exactly what I was asking. Yep.
Yeah. He started off the fight pushing him off on the back foot. Then Martinez started to muscle him towards the ropes, bang on him, and Guerrero stay squared up on the ropes. You know what I mean? And that's I think.
But the only way he was going to back him up was with the jab. Was with the jab. The jab was the punch that was the it was the precursor to all of that. It was key. And when he starts taking that jab, out of the equation, and he turns into Julio Cesar Chavez, thinking he's gonna fight be a warrior, telling people he's a warrior and all this and that. Yeah. I like the boxer better.
Well, I think a lot of people like the boxer better because I saw an interview where they were saying you're gonna box this fight. They were asking him that over and over again, and he's saying, well, whatever the guy presents to me, I'll deal with it as it comes. And I think once he boxed the guy, it was over pretty much. I had him win, except for the 7th round. I had him win 5 all the way up to 12. But because the guy had a knockdown, the fight was that close, and he needed all those rounds.
He didn't win that fight. I didn't win that fight. Maybe I'm beginning to be caught hard on the thing. He didn't win that fight.
He didn't win that fight.
Nah, he didn't.
No, I didn't think he won. I didn't think he won either. I gave him the last 3 rounds, but I thought Martinez won. I gave Martinez like 3 through 5. Then I gave Guerrero the 6th. Then I gave Martinez 7, and then I just gave Guerrero the last 3. But without the knockdown, it's a draw on my card. I had 5 rounds to 5 actually, to be honest with you. I think it was a close fight. It's hard for me to see this any other way but a close fight, in my opinion.
That 97-92 judge needs to get fired. That was a disgrace.
Again. Say again, J.
I said that 97-92 card was a disgrace.
Yeah,
I agree.
EJ, what was your final score on this fight? Because you seem to think that
at the time. 1 minute, Joe. So I can at the time, me and Chris was watching it on the live feed, and Steve Farhood had Guerrero down by 2 rounds going into from I think it was round 8, and then when it got to round 10, Guerrero pulled back them 2 rounds. So me and Chris was gonna think it was a draw, but then when it came to the scorecards, they had 1 point for Martinez, 1 point for Guerrero either way, and I thought, okay, maybe they're gonna do a draw with the last one. The last scorecard was terrible, and they were booing. They were, that's his home crowd. They were home fans. They were booing because they knew that it was wrong. So I had it like either a draw or I was gonna go 1 point up at a time. But then I watched it again. But I watched it again today, and I was like, he got fucking beat from the knockdown. He got his ass whooped from the knockdown. But
I feel the same way. I either see it a draw or a Martinez win. I don't have a problem with the Guerrero win, but you're always gonna have that one judge that fucks up the score, man. It's crazy, bro. But I just feel bad. I feel bad because I think Martinez. When you see a guy who's the underdog like Martinez was do so well, he's never gonna be on this. It's far few in between the opportunities he's going to be on this stage, and for him to fight so well like that, you would have at least liked to see him get a draw in this contest. I think he at least deserved that at the very least.
Listen, I'm sorry, I'm going to come up on your point there. You see, after a fight like that, and a guy like Martinez, an under-radar guy like Martinez, there was obviously no need to chastise the judges. The scoring is what it is. It goes down in boxing as a Guerrero win. But these sanctioning bodies, they need to have somebody to look at the fight and say, yo, look, he at least deserved the draw. Demand a rematch. Let Guerrero have the win, but not this. There should be this guy should get a rematch, just so at least he gets a chance to redeem himself and get a decent payday again. He shouldn't just fade off into obscurity, in my opinion. That fight was too close.
He may not go into obscurity though. He may end up fighting another fight because of that. Kind of like what Chavez. Diego Chavez and these guys, he might get another fight because people will want to see him again. You know what I mean?
I want to see him again, but Beach's got a good point. Beach's got a good point, but he was supposed to. This was, you gotta understand. This was supposed to be a showcase for Guerrero, man. Supposed to be a showcase.
Like Khan last week, same thing.
Yeah, and he ended up getting his out. It's good, the PBC, but
Yeah, PBC getting exciting fights. That's one thing they do.
Man, it's the same shit in boxing we complain about, but like I don't know. I listen. It was a good fight, and no one can say that goodbye. I know Guerrero won, but Guerrero is not the same. And if anything, he's a faded force. I think he needs to think about like either changing trainer or something, because he gonna get if he continues in this game and he gonna get, if he finds like he's a real savage, he gonna get freaking finished off, man.
It's just a matter of time.
Well, who can Guerrero actually beat right now at 147? Let me throw a scenario at you.
Berto.
We already did that. Now let me ask you this though: What if Guerrero fights somebody like Devin Alexander, Danny Garcia maybe, Paulie Malignaggi? You know, what about those fights?
He does better in the fights. He does better in the fights. You know why he does better? Because he knows going in it's a 50-50, or he's expected to have
Go ahead, Beats.
So I think he'll do better in them fights, but I think it's just a matter of time before someone takes him out. It's just a matter of time.
So you guys think that he may get knocked out against somebody like Kell Brook or Amir Khan or somebody like that?
Not Amir Khan.
Not Amir Khan.
Not Amir Khan, but not Chris Algieri either. But there's not many. Marcus Maidana might fucking stretch him, but he has to change. But he's not.
That's a good fight. That's a good fight. Him and Amir Khan, right? Him and Amir Khan would be a great fight.
Him and Amir Khan would be a great fight. Great chemistry.
He'll chase down Amir Khan for his life. Amir will run for his life.
Yeah.
EJ, you don't like Amir Khan, huh, man? That's the one guy. That's the one guy I found that you don't like is Amir Khan.
Oh man, Amir's my dude. No, Amir's my dude. I don't like Amir. The way Amir's fighting, he don't look good. He needs to get the fluid fight and get out.
Yeah, you know what it is. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm not gonna take anything away from Chris Algieri. Virgil Hunter's sitting there yelling at the press for asking questions about Floyd Mayweather. But you know what? Look at your fighter, bro. That's all your fighter's talking about. Your fighter's been talking about Floyd Mayweather for the last 2 years. Don't blame the press. This guy is obsessed with Floyd Mayweather. He probably goes to bed at night. He don't count sheep. He probably counts Mayweathers. 1 Mayweather, 2 Mayweather, 3 Mayweather. This motherfucker is obsessed with this dude. Yeah. I mean, he's thinking about this guy 24/7, man.
And I think he's not going to get him either. I think Cotto might get him before he gets him.
It looks like.
You know who I think may get him? Yeah. Kell Brook may get him before Khan.
Hey, people are talking about people saying he's in the sweepstakes right now.
Yeah.
And you know why I tell you why Kell Brook may get him? Because Eddie Hearn's got a good relationship with Al Heyman, man. Mm-hmm. He's got a good relationship with Al Heyman, and people are starting to like. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but aren't people really starting to like Kell Brook over in the UK? He's starting to get kind of a buzz now, kind of a following. And Amir Khan is really hated over there, isn't he?
The thing is, people are frustrated with Kell Brook a bit. Yeah, we do like. We're a bit frustrated in terms of the opponent he just last faced. In terms of he wasn't even competitive, but we do. We do like Kell. I mean, but he has to fight our opponents.
But the thing is this though, EJ, Kell Brook's the guy who wants the Amir Khan fight, and Amir Khan's the guy who doesn't want it. So what I'm asking you, when you tell me, because you know better than me, obviously, is there a backlash over in the UK because you got one guy really wanting to make this match, but then you got the other guy not wanting to make it? It's almost like a UK version of the Pacquiao-Mayweather saga, right?
Well, the thing is, go ahead, Beats. What I can say is Khan's army is always going to be protecting Khan, and Kell Brook's thing with Eddie Hearn, so there's not too much of a backlash. All we know is if Khan stays in America, someone's going to, and if Kell stays in, he's just going to fight like layup fights. So we want them to fight each other so they can settle it. I mean, it's not really Kell.
So let me ask you one last question. One last question, real quick. Is Khan's army bigger than Brook's battalion?
Beast, man. I don't know, man. Beast.
Let me tell you how this is running now. Yeah, this isn't an argument just for the UK anymore. right? Since social media, right? Everybody knows about everybody's boxing scene, right? We know more about the Soviet Union states. British fans will know, even casuals will know more about American boxing, European boxing. Americans know all. I've heard Americans tell me about British fights and fighters. That's information I didn't even know, right? And they're telling me about it. People right now, Khan's army is not big enough to offset the damage he has done to his reputation, right? For everyone, like whether he's ducking or not, he right now his image is that of a ducker, right? That he's pulled out of a big domestic match, $5 million. And 5 million pounds, I should say. I said more than dollars. The title, and he took it. He's damaged. He's damaged like his reputation. Like not severely damaged, but he's took a big hit. He has took a big hit.
So but don't you think that him being his opposition, because he fought a guy like Frankie Gavin. Like, because he fought Frankie Gavin and Jojo Dan, if he stepped up and he fought somebody more credible, he probably would have had a case. Khan saying, I'm in the U.S. because I want big fights. I want credible opponents. I want people know, like Chris Algieri, like Devin Alexander, like Palazzo.
But you know what the crazy...
I don't want to go all the way back to that day and just be like, just standing out there in no man's land fighting Kell Brook, who ain't fought nobody but Sean Porter. So he has a point.
But listen to this though. The crazy thing about it is, right? Beats is saying 5 million pounds. That's like seven. That's like seven.
So what? Khan makes 1.5 million a fight.
Wait a minute.
He don't need no money.
That's like 7 million. That's like a little over $7 million US dollars, right? So if you do the conversion, so he's gonna get like $7 million to fight Brook. He fights Mayweather. Mayweather's only going to give him like at the most probably 4 or 5 million. So why not?
But everybody's going to see that fight though, and it's going to be in Vegas, the mecca of boxing.
Yeah, but you know what? That fight means so much more if he beats Brook.
He don't live in
Vegas. So much more.
He don't live in Vegas, right? His reputation is starting in his own country. Yeah? 80,000 at Wembley and winning that fight solidifies it for him. Every time he talks about knocking out Groves, he'll be talking about his children. The next thing he'll talk about the Wembley fight, right? If he took this fight and knocked this guy out, he would listen. When you become a folk hero in the UK, the rest takes care of itself, right? Like, okay, fair enough. It'd be great if he gets the Floyd fight, fair enough. But he like right now. The domestic clash was right there for the taking, and look. The idea for a British fighter, you've got to get in the Nigel Benn category of giving the fans what they want. Ricky Hatton, right?
You actually got to conquer the domestic level,
right?
First, before you move on to the world level.
Right.
He's trying. See, the thing is this, and this is just my opinion, and I could totally be wrong on this. I think the backlash comes because he wants to circumvent the domestic level. It's almost like he wants to skip a few rungs in the ladder and go right to the top and not climb those other rungs before getting there. And there's a resentment in that you could say that Kell Brook conquered, and he's conquering, and he's attempting to conquer that domestic level, even though he's a world champion. Whereas this guy...
Well, I'm going to counter your argument and play devil's advocate. I'm going to play devil's advocate here and disagree with you just for a minute.
He's turning his back on his own people, his own fan base where he started out from, and he's pushing them.
Well, we could say he paid his dues in England when he was early in his career, and he, unlike Hatton, unlike Kawasaki, unlike Fuach, he left England and he made his stake in the world like Lennox Lewis. So we could argue that Khan is trying to get a bigger picture and become a world superstar instead of just hiding in the back rows of UK.
Hey, 1 minute. Hey, Joe, every time when anyone rebuttals, Joe, you're gonna have to mute because you'll get it, right? Because thanks, Joe. So what you need talking, when he finished, or when you want to jump in because the feedback is killing me, bro. What you need? Go ahead. What you need? Go ahead. Go on.
I'm just playing devil's advocate here, and I'm saying, Khan's saying, look, I have paid my dues in England. I paid my dues early in my career. I did fights there. Now I'm looking for big fights. I left England a long time ago. I built my career outside of England against the top guys in my different respective divisions. I fought them all. And what has Kell Brook done? He's hiding in England. He's back in the home court, and he's trying to get me to come to his home court. Why didn't he come out in Vegas? Why don't he fight me in my turf? Why don't he come out in the world and make something of himself? You know, Amir Khan could be coming with that argument and saying, look at Lennox Lewis. He went out of England, and he fought fights against the greats. Ricky Hatton only did it like once or twice. You know, Prince Nassim Hamed did it once or twice. Kalzaki only did it like twice. You know what I mean? We can go through the lineup of all the British fighters. Frank Bruno only did it once or twice.
Listen,
Khan is saying, why not take that step further and step out, step into the Mecca of boxing, Vegas, and let's see that fight in Vegas. Let's see it in an international level. Why we gotta go into your home court? And Khan is saying, I'm getting well paid. I'm getting well paid. All right, I don't have needs for money. I'm not desperate, you know.
All right, you ain't no champion though. You can't make the man's like that.
Beast, just jump in though. Go ahead. Beast,
right, let me get back at this. Yeah. Right. For one, you're saying the money don't matter to Khan, but he said himself this is prize fighting, like Mayweather said. Right. So if he's taking a smaller purse against Algeria and the biggest purse against Brook, that contradicts that. The other point is, right. Let me tell you about UK boxing. You never overcome, and I'm telling you about world boxing. You never overcome domestic level. You never overcome domestic level. Like I said, Carl still talks about the Wembley fight with George Groves. Frank Bruno's biggest fight is still with Lennox Lewis, right? And it's still one of Lennox Lewis' biggest fights.
But my argument is,
let me finish.
Carl Froch never fight on UK once or twice, so that's going to be his biggest fight.
Let me finish. Them guys went to America and still came back to domestic level, right? Let me finish, right? Frank Bruno, Chris Eubank, Nigel Benn solidified their names with domestic matches, big domestic matches with that WBO belt. You never overcome that. Like Morales and Guerrero and them guys, right? They fought everyone. But if you ask Mexican fans, they're going to talk about them matches there. Vargas and De La Hoya, right?
Yeah.
Them matches are critical. They're critical. They are critical. You win that fight there, then you can walk anywhere in the country and they'll put the red carpet out.
Yeah, Beast just fucking put it on it. Hey, you know what? Yeah.
And nobody's arguing that. I'm just trying to contradict to produce this back and forth. Nobody's contradicting that. But what we're saying is, Brooks, step up and let's step it up to another level. You only fighting Jojo Dan. You only fighting Frankie Gavin. Step it up. Don't tell me about Brandon Reels. Show me somebody that's on my level that could fight me.
Tell him what
Show me somebody.
Tell him what you need. I agree with what you need.
Who's on his label? Who's on his label?
I agree with Beast. I agree with Beast as well. I agree.
Now, what did he do at welterweight? What you mean his level?
He's talking to you what you need.
The man fought Devin Alexander. He fought Louis Collazo, and he fought just recently Chris Algieri. Those three names are better than Brooks. Three names. He got Porter, who is unexperienced. He fought Devin. He whooped Devin's tail. Don't get it wrong. But he only got Porter. That's all he got. And then he got this other guy. What's his name? Jones. Carson Jones. That's it. That's all he got.
What about Bradley's trainer, little brother that knocked him down 3 times, and some people thought he beat Khan? He ain't do shit at welterweight besides Devin Alexander.
No, you talking about
already beat him.
But the thing is, Khan got a name, and he didn't just get that name off of nothing. He worked hard to get his name in the United States of America. He beat some legendary guys, man. He beat Zab Judah. He fought Garcia. You can't be building your rep, building your brand, and this guy comes up just up yesterday. He was on the shelf yesterday. Fight one good fight, and off of that, you gonna get a fight? Come on, man.
Washed up.
He beat a world champion. You gonna fight Garcia and get a title shot? You gonna and lose that fight because he really lost that fight.
Yeah, this is some good hangout shit, man. You guys
I absolutely agree with you on the Garcia thing, but he fought him. You know what I'm saying? Who's Brook fought?
Yeah, what Garcia?
Porter? That's it?
What
Come on, man.
He
got a million names.
40. I'm talking about what has Khan done at 147.
He done more than Brook. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can't be fighting JoJo Dan. Brook has done his whole career at welterweight. His entire career at welterweight. And all he got is Carson Jones and Sean Porter.
And Shevchenko.
And look, Khan has only been there through 5 fights, and he already fought Devin Alexander, Luis Collazo, and Chris Algieri. He got 3 names to Brook's 2.
Listen,
for his whole career at welterweight. And it looks like he's going to spend his rest of his career at welterweight and just fight bums if he don't watch himself.
Yeah, well, look, you keep saying to step up. He wants to step up and fight Khan. So what more step up is that? You're telling him to fight.
He can step up and fight somebody else. Is it only Khan? So what? Khan could only fight Mayweather, and Brook could only fight Khan? Come on, man. His next big fight is Brandon Rios. Come on, man.
The argument is you want they're saying Kell Brook to step up, right? Why he doesn't need to fight an eliminator to defend his title. He don't need to fight eliminators to fight Khan. Just step up, Khan, and fight. It's simple as that.
And Khan don't need him. Khan don't need him. Khan don't need him. Khan's going to get them Vegas fights. Khan hook up with Al Heyman. Khan doesn't need him. He needs Khan. Khan don't need him.
Wait. You guys talk about Khan like he's an international superstar. You tell me where the pay-per-views, the major pay-per-views in America that Khan's in.
That's right. Where's the pay-per-views at?
Yo, Khan gets...
Where's the pay-per-views at? What you need? B's got you on that one. There ain't no pay-per-views. There's no paper trail. Joe
don't give a crap. Khan is fighting in Vegas. He's fighting in the Mecca. He's fighting all these big names.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
You jump in. You're cool, Joe. I see you with your headphones in, Joe. You're good now. See, no sound effect. You can just go. You can go. This is some good shit, Joe. You can jump in.
Let me tell you the thing. All right, there's stages to success. There's stages to levels. You want to get promoted to CEO, right? You gotta go through the levels. You don't just jump from line worker all the way to CEO. Amir Khan, he wants to jump ahead in the line without going through the trials and tribulations. He's got a big money fight. He's got a world champion in Kell Brook on a domestic level, right? Instead of getting a title and then fighting Mayweather like Maidana did. What did Maidana do? He beat Adrian Broner and put himself in the forefront. So Amir Khan's fighting Algieri. He's fighting, Julio Diaz. He's fighting those guys, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, I want a Mayweather fight. No, he's not putting in the work, man. He's got to put in the work. Okay, you fought Devin Alexander. That's great. Okay, fight a Keith Thurman now. Fight a Kell Brook. Fight another champion. Bring some more to the table. You know what I'm saying? Kell Brook is stealing your thunder right now. You know, he went over to the United States and he beat a guy in Sean Porter, won a world title first. You know what I'm saying? He deserves a Mayweather fight before you do. At least he's a world champion. You know what I'm saying? What do you have? You look at your resume at welterweight. Besides Devin Alexander, name another recognizable name at welterweight that you think.
Chris Algieri.
Oh, that's not Chris Algieri's only fought. That was only Chris Algieri's second fight at welterweight. We don't even know how good we don't even know who.
He lost.
That's his second fight. That's his second fight at welterweight.
And he was on the floor 5 times.
You asked.
He was on the floor 5 times.
Tell me something. Brandon Rios is somebody to fight. Come on, man. Brandon Rios. Come on, man.
Better than Chris Algieri.
Better than Chris Algieri.
Yo, if he comes out with Juan Manuel Marquez, Chris Algieri whooped Rios' ass every day, all day. I'm talking about if he fought
Who did
Marquez,
better against Pacquiao?
You got a case for that.
Who did better against Pacquiao? Brandon Rios or Chris Algieri? Did Brandon Rios get knocked down 6 times? Did Brandon Rios get knocked down 6 times? Did he get knocked down 6 times?
Brandon Rios was a punching bag all night.
Who was Algieri? He was Algieri. He was a fall guy. He got knocked down 6 times.
Lead right hands. He can't hit for shit, but he did land lead right hands.
He got knocked down 6 times.
You know, Brandon Rios was a punching bag. Come on, man.
And what was Chris Algieri? He was the fall guy.
Man, Brandon Rios doesn't deserve to be in the welterweight division. At least Chris Algieri proved himself against Khan, which is cool. He can box, you know. But Brandon Rios can't do nothing. Everybody know that.
He proved himself against Khan. Wait, what's Khan? What is Khan?
What I'm saying is, Brook is fighting weak competition, and Khan is saying, step up your game, bro. He's saying, step up your game. Why am I going to...
How can Khan say step up your game when he hasn't stepped up his game himself? Khan hasn't stepped up his game himself.
Why would I stop doing fights in the United States of America to come all the way across to UK? Disrupt my program for you. You ain't
now you're disrespecting. Now you're disrespecting the UK. How can you disrespect the UK? You name me one place in the United States in the recent years that 80,000 people came out to watch. Who's done that? Who's done that? Name one fighter in the United States that brought 80,000 people out like Kyle Froch did. Now you're downplaying the significance of the UK. Now you're being xenophobic. You're thinking that boxing only exists in the United States. Europe is taking over the heavyweight division.
Vegas is the place to be. Vegas.
Europe's taking over the cruiserweight division. Europe is taking over the light heavyweight division, and Europe is taking over the middleweight division. So the UK, Europe is taking over 4 weight classes. Europe is taking over 4 weight classes.
Joe speaking like a veteran. Joe is speaking like a veteran.
Fight people, not Brandon Real. We respect Marquez.
Europe is rolling. Europe is ruling 4 divisions right now.
Hey! This shit is disintegrating. We're gonna move on.
EJ, this is exactly what you needed.
Hey, enough.
One more point.
Michael, it's fair. Michael hasn't burnt yet, right? And someone needs to mute himself because I'm getting feedback. It's you, Beats, right? Michael hasn't burned yet on the Guerrero, and that's where we were, right? I'm sticking it, yeah. This is good. I'm enjoying it, but like, boy, it's some good shit out of it. And this is what I wanted. Like, I'm gonna lie to you because we all good. What you need came with it. Even though he ain't big Khan fan, he brought it. Joe brought it. Yeah, it was fucking good. So let Mike burn on Guerrero. Let's get to this Cotto shit because I want to go in like we're good. Michael, burn on Go ahead, burn on the Guerrero. Go on, man.
Wow. All I have to say is wow.
That's what's up.
The Guerrero fight, I was a bit mystified how he started the fight, particularly the first fight round. On my card, I'm with you, EJ. I had Martinez winning this fight on my personal card. I just thought that Guerrero just did not overcome the early deficit that was built on. I heard.
Y'all hear me now?
Beast or Joe.
That fixed it.
I don't know if it was Beast or Joe, maybe both, who talked about the deterioration of Guerrero and how he. I think one mentioned that his trainer, and one mentioned that the lack of inside fighting and whatnot. I think for me, another factor is that this is a accumulation of Guerrero moving up too much in weight. I think Joe mentioned how much he was a boxer at the smaller weight and how he's been reduced to a brawler as he's moved up. I think the move all the way up to 147 has slowed him down even more. He never had the fastest feet when he was at featherweight, junior lightweight, and lightweight. And as he's progressed up in weight, I think he has slowed down even more. And at 147, all he can do right now is brawl. And he's fighting a higher caliber of opponent as he's moved up in weight. So when you put all of that in there, along with the deterioration, the lack of training that I believe he's getting for his father, that is what you've been seeing from Guerrero.
Go ahead. Is that it, Mike?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, man. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying that I just think it's a combination of things with Guerrero. The lack of training, the lack of skill, the deterioration of tough bouts, and the fact that he's moved up too much in weight as far as I'm concerned. He should not be really fighting at 147 pounds because I believe it has slowed him down even more. Some fighters, they can move up and they can retain their speed and whatnot. I don't think that's the case with Guerrero. He can't sit there and move and box like he did at the lighter weight. The progression in weight has forced him to be reduced to a brawler, and that's what you've been seeing of his last few fights, which is a culmination of everything.
That's Chris moving on in the background, by the way, Michael. That's Chris. Yeah, so Chris needs to mute his ass and stop messing around. But yeah, but I agree with you. It's a combination of everything. But
it's funny that Michael says that, because there's a kid that I talked to. His name's Lukey, and he goes to that Robert Guerrero's gym a lot. And he said the same thing. He said Robert's really not a welterweight. He moved up to welterweight for the money. And Michael made a great point. Maybe physically, he's not able to use his foot speed and his foot movement as well as he did in the lighter weight classes. That's a great point.
Yeah, but that's the thing, man. Hassan, unmute yourself, my son.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, give us your take. You missed quite a bit, but give us your take before we get to this Cotto thing. But go ahead, man. Give us your take on what's going on. I know you've been enjoying the toe-to-toe battle. Yeah,
I've been enjoying it. My take on Cotto, well.
No, not Cotto. We ain't, not yet.
I mean, sorry, my bad.
Guerrero.
Guerrero, yeah. When it comes to Guerrero, to be all honesty, I don't think he should fight at 147 anymore. He's definitely not doing much at all. He's turning into a punching bag. I mean, his last current fight where he took that hit, it looked really, really bad. Like, it was pretty embarrassing, to be honest with you, that you get beat up by. I mean, he won the fight, but still, you took a beating in that round from a journeyman. It's just ridiculous. And that either he needs to hang the gloves up or he needs to go down and wait. Either or, at 147, his name doesn't even mean anything anymore. It means almost nothing now. It's kind of like a Berto status. He can go back and fight Berto if he wants to. Maybe he'll get something from that, but that's about it.
That's a good point, man. That's a good point right there. That shit. Yeah, he's dropped down in people's estimation. I'm interested in this Aaron Martinez. I want to see where this dude is. I don't care what anyone says. With these 4 knockouts, man, he can crack a bit, man. So I'm interested to see what he does.
But excuse me, I think Martinez, it may be a case of him fighting over his head. Keep in mind, this is the same guy who I believe got stopped by Jose Luis Lopez. So, and Lopez, he has power, but Lopez is really a 140-pounder. And what has Lopez really done since he stopped Victor Ortiz?
He got whooped, man.
That'd be a good fight right there. Guerrero could fight Josecito Lopez on NBC, and I watched that fight. I mean, he could do something like that.
I like that fight. I like Guerrero. I like Guerrero in that. I like Guerrero versus loads of fights. He's not gonna be. It's almost like a Turo Gatti, Mickey Ward type of dude he's turning into, man. He goes, I want to be a warrior. Okay, you be that, but you ain't gonna be no champion. You stick your chin out the way you do, you're gonna get sucker punched, man. you gonna get your chin took off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
he needs to probably switch trainers. I know he switch trainers from your dad is obviously an emotional type of thing, but he needs to do something because with his dad, he's pretty much getting nowhere. It may either be his dad just has no more knowledge to give him, and he doesn't know how to work with the Guerrero he has currently, which is not the Guerrero he had when he was younger.
His dad is whack, man. His dad's maxed out. Anything he's got that to do as a trainer, he's maxed out.
Can't deny that. That's what I was thinking. You know what? Hey, we're going to move on, man. We're going to move on. Let's get to the main event, man. Let's get this shit popping. Toe-to-toe, we're going back to toe-to-toe again. We're going back to this Cotto and Daniel Geale. And I'll tell you, man, coming into this fight, I swear, Daniel Geale, I remember me and Beats and Chris, I was listening to the interview between Chris and Beats, and they interviewed the guy who fought Sugar, Donnie Lalonde, right? And Donnie Lalonde had talked to, who's the guy who managed Emil Griffiths? What's his name? Beats? The guy who managed Emil Griffiths. He was a commentator for a while.
Geale Clancy.
Okay, Geale Clancy. Okay. So I'm getting somewhere. Just stay with me. I'm getting somewhere. So Geale Clancy said, someone needs to mute, by the way, right? Geale Clancy said if Donnie Lalonde fought Sugar Ray Leonard out of 10, it was out to 8 out of 10 times, yeah, at a light heavyweight, he would knock him out. But if he fights him lower weight, super middle, then it reverses where Sugar Ray Leonard will have a chance to knock him out. And it's the same thing in this thing. This wasn't the same Daniel Geale. And I know Triple G knocked him out. But this weight fucking drainage, this guy, dead man walking. This guy looked, dude, and it was terrible because he gave Darryl Barker over in the UK such a tremendous fight. And it's hard for me to take away Cotto because Cotto looked so spectacular. But he could look spectacular, then why do you fight him at 160? You came in at He came in exactly, and someone can correct me. He came in at I think it was 142. I think it was 140, 152. I think he came and
153.8.
153.8.
Yeah, he came in super light.
Daniel Geale came in at 157. Is that correct?
Correct.
157, looking like a zombie.
Yeah, looking like a zombie. Looking like a zombie. And the guy, and then they were talking about he dead man walking. It was terrible. And then you know what made me sick as well? Give me so much credit to Freddie Roach as the greatest trainer. I go, this is some proper. I can see why you guys in America don't listen to HBO right now. It made me feel sick, right? It made me feel sick. I like HBO, but that shit made me feel sick, right?
You know what the funny thing is, though?
1 minute, let me burn, because I'm gonna let you guys.
So you don't like how Triple H?
No. That made me feel sick, and I told Chris, Uma want me to make a video. I said I ain't making no post video. The only thing I'm gonna do is on my hangout. Let me just burn real quick, right? Let me get what I have to say, and then you guys jump in. And then you see Triple G in the audience, the real guy in the back. Yeah, what do you think about Triple G? And he started for so long. What about Canelo? Oh, we don't know. He gets past his fight. I get past fight. Then maybe. I was like, man, Cotto, you know what? He's fucking Hall of Famer status is going down. He's doing some fucking bullshit, bruv. Bullshit. And I'm not happy with it. I'm just letting you know. And this was a bullshit fight. And I like Daniel Geale. And
we can argue.
I pick Cotto.
We can argue Miguel Cotto if he even deserves to be Hall of Fame. To be honest with you, you can argue against Miguel Cotto for Hall of Fame if you want to be honest with you.
I'm done burning. Yo, you guys mash up. Go ahead.
Let me say a few things real quick. Okay, people are gonna sit there and say, well, you know what? Daniel Geale weighed 182 pounds the night of the fight. That was with clothes on, so he probably weighed like 177. But the thing is that people don't realize. Sometimes those next day, those fight day weights don't mean that much because it's all water weight because you cannot replenish all those nutrients and those electrolytes back in there. That takes 48 to 72 hours to do that. So when you're stripped down and depleted like Daniel Geale was, it's gonna take 2 or 3 days to get all those nutrients and electrolytes back into your body. So EJ makes a great point there. The fact of Freddie Roach getting all the credit, okay, he's happy with Freddie Roach, all well and good. But at the end of the day, I mean, this was not Triple G in there, and this was not Canelo Alvarez in there, and this was Daniel Geale. And the thing is Cotto is really looking differently now. He's punching harder now than he did at junior middleweight. If you go back to that Ricardo Mayorga fight when he was hitting him with everything but the kitchen sink. Ricardo Mayorga was able to basically last that whole fight, and then he had to stop fighting because he hurt his hand or something like that in the 12th round. So that was a TKO. So something just is kind of weird about Cotto right now. He's just seems like he's hitting harder more now than he's ever has before, and he's got this 3-fight deal with Rock Nation where I guess he's guaranteed like $16 million a fight. So there's really no sense of urgency for him to fight anyone special because he's got this guaranteed money. It's already in the bank. So there's no incentive for him to fight anyone like Triple G or even Canelo. He can take his time because he's basically got a big fat guarantee. But I think you made some great points, EJ.
You know what, Jay? I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I don't usually disagree, but I feel I disagree about the power, man. Because he be drain Martinez, and wait, I'm gonna get to Beast's point because Beast has showed me something that back in the days. If he chooses to come in, he's a grown ass man. If he chooses to put his belt on auction and go in there, that's on him. But I'm telling you, I can't really give him credit when you draining Martinez and you draining someone like Daniel Geale, and now you're looking powerful. I can't do it. I don't think he's looking any better. I think the opponents are looking terrible. They come dead men walking. Martinez wasn't allowed to bring his knee brace in, to get the advantage. Couldn't stand up. And this guy here, you drained a good, solid middleweight who's always been credible, always gave good fights against Phoenix Stern, who beat the shit out of Oscar De La Hoya. And now you drain this guy. And the guy won't make no excuses. It made me feel sick. The guy won't make no excuses. He over there saying he's just lumping it and taking it. That made me feel even worse, man. It made me feel even worse. Go ahead, Beats.
Look. He couldn't make no excuses, right? Let's break this down, yeah? Look. See, if we're gonna use language properly, because I've noticed what a few of you did since we brought this topic up. We've said Cotto is draining Geale. No, Geale is draining himself.
That's true.
Cotto negotiated what he had to negotiate so he could come into the ring healthy. He threw power punches. He performed. He looked good. Geale didn't. For some reason, we keep going after the winner. Oh, you drained him. No. If anyone cheated you, it's Geale and Geale's people. Because what they're telling, as far as I'm concerned, if you sign the contract, you're telling me you're healthy. Right? It's no different to Pacquiao in the shoulder injury and all the stick he got from that. Geale is no. So Geale knew to shut his mouth because he knew. All right, he depleted himself and he got beaten up. Right? So he couldn't come and say, yeah, well, the weight affected me, because we were saying, well, hold on, we knew this was a catch weight from months out. I think what affected him more was the fact he got knocked out by Triple G. I think the knockout more than him depleting.
Yeah, that fucked him up.
Yeah.
That's true. That's the reason.
I think the reason why Cotto's getting so much backlash is that at the end of the day, it's catch weights, and we're fighting for a 160-pound championship. And there are fighters out there who are champions who deserve it. I mean, Geale took the money because Geale's at the later half of his career. It was the smartest business move for him to do, is take the money, because, I mean, how much more fights does Geale have left anyway? So,
fucked up shit. Hey, Michael and Chris,
I mean,
this
just
jump.
sucks.
This is what I gotta say.
Go ahead, what you just jump. Hey,
Well, this is what I gotta.
Go ahead, what you.
Well, this is what I gotta say on this, because I think, you know, people are giving Cotto a bad rep, and I'm gonna be controversial all the way through in this thing, so y'all can jump in.
You gonna get. You
I
gonna
had to
jump
say,
in
first
right
of all,
now.
You jumping right now.
Cotto, first of all, ain't a middleweight. Like Pacquiao wasn't a super welterweight. When Pacquiao fought Margarita for the championship, nobody said squat. Okay? When Pacquiao fought Cotto and dragged him down, drained his ass, nobody said squat.
2 pounds.
You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, Cotto is a diva. All of a sudden, Cotto is bad because Gary Shaw couldn't keep his mouth shut on the catch weight. Okay? And he went on crying like a baby, but you signed the damn contract. Okay? You signed the damn contract, like Beat said. Shut your mouth. All right? Secondly, Mr. Daniel Geale, the savior of the world, the champion of the world that y'all talk about, got his ass knocked out the same way Triple G knocked his ass out, with a left hook. The same way. So all of that bullshit that y'all talking, it don't mean nothing because Daniel Geale got clocked. That's what happened. Cotto boxed him, then he put the pressure on him. Geale couldn't catch him. Cotto outboxed him, he outmoved him, and then he clocked his ass. That's what happened. That's what happened. And Cotto ain't a middleweight. He came in on fight night 156. What's a 156-pounder doing clocking a 182-pounder? Y'all don't realize Cotto is
can I jump in?
Hey, don't wait for
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna jump in.
I'm coming off you.
I'm gonna jump in with a comparison of the Cotto versus Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao did drain him by 2 pounds, but then Manny Pacquiao goes on later on and dominates that division, stays there. The second thing is that Manny Pacquiao is an A-level fighter. To me, Cotto has never been an A-level fighter. His draw numbers don't prove it. He can't pull a pay-per-view by himself. Pacquiao can fight nobody and pull a pay-per-view easily. Canelo is a bigger draw than Cotto is. He can pull a pay-per-view by himself easily. He's a diva for no reason.
Let me correct you.
Diva's diva for no reason.
Pay-per-view
Number 3, he's
in the
ranked
world
number 3. Andre Ward is Andre Ward a draw?
Correction you
Is
on that
Andre
one
Ward a
time.
draw? Is Andre Ward a draw? Is
Hey,
Andre Ward a draw?
Cotto is a name, bro. Cotto is a name. You don't play that.
Draw.
Cotto is
Canelo.
right after.
All right, let me ask you a question. How come he didn't send anything against Martinez?
You got Miguel Cotto.
One at a time.
How come he didn't make a dime versus Martinez? That should have been a championship level fight worth a whole bunch of pay-per-views. All he got was $600K. That's pathetic. If Canelo fought Martinez, you know how many pay-per-view buys there would have been? He's not a
600K.
Canelo hasn't gotten back.
600K, yeah.
Period. Every time he's got a draw, it's against an opponent that draws by themselves. It could have been bigger. If Canelo fought Martinez, how much do you think it would have been? An extra 200K on top of that? I think you just cut me off.
He didn't fight Martinez.
In defense,
He didn't fight Martinez. Guess who fought Martinez? Cotto.
In defense to what he's saying, in defense to what he's saying, when Canelo fought Floyd, they did do 2.2. When Cotto fought Floyd, they only did 1.5. So, Cotto used to be number 3. I think Canelo is kind of taking that away from him, in recent years.
Pretty shit.
The other thing about Cotto is that we're really seeing a mirage, because at the end of the day, the reason I say he's winning, I agree with people saying he's winning these fights because he's training fighters, because Cotto at 154 doesn't beat a lot of 154's fighters and definitely doesn't knock them out. So how is it that he's beating 160 pounders? Because he's draining them. That's the only proof we have.
But in fairness, the 60-pound division besides Triple G is really not a strong division right now.
Yeah, but he ain't no winner at 154.
Well, 154 is a stronger division than 160 right now, in my opinion. It's better competition.
You say Daniel Geale is stronger than Trout.
Correction. Cotto did knock out people in 154.
Who? One person.
Ricardo Miyaga and Margarito.
Foreman.
And
we're talking about
Delvin Rodriguez too.
Yeah.
Delvin Rodriguez, I don't count that.
Nah,
I'm talking about as of late.
But Austin Trout didn't knock out Delvin Rodriguez and Cotto did.
I saw you can't pick and choose, or son. They got you on that one.
I can't pick and choose. All right, I'll say nothing.
No.
Cotto is world. Cotto is an A-level fighter. He is a world-class fighter.
And he runs through people, man.
My only problem with Cotto is if you say you're not a middleweight, okay, that's fine. Then just vacate that title. Don't hold it hostage, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
the only thing. What you need is 100% right. You're 100% right what you need.
Why doesn't somebody get the lineal belt? Why? In other words, he holds on to it so that a guy like Canelo, see you guys, you got to follow where I'm coming from? A guy like Canelo could get the lineal championship, and that boosts us up to fight Triple G. You see what I'm saying? So in a way, Cotto holding on to it is a good thing for a guy like Canelo, who's like 155. Cotto fights Canelo.
That's only if Canelo goes to. That's only if Canelo goes to middleweight, though.
What I'm
saying is, you got to see what's happening, though.
No, but you're right. What you need, but the thing is if Cotto and Canelo do fight, and it ends up being for the middleweight title, and then after that, because we know Canelo will probably fight Triple G. But we know Cotto is reluctant to do it. But also De La Hoya did say...
I don't know about Cotto being reluctant to do it. I just think that he doesn't think that... I think he doesn't think that Triple G deserves, or he's on that level to fight him, because he has fought these names. Canelo has fought these names. They are big names. Why Triple G, who hasn't done anything yet? You get what I'm saying? He's an up-and-comer still. Why should I just go and fight him? He hasn't earned his stripes yet. I'll be calling all the shots. I'll say catch weight at 157, whatever. I call all the shots because I'm the A side. That's what he's saying.
Can I have 2 minutes to burn?
Jump in, man. Jump in.
All right. I'm just going to give my opinion on boxing now and boxing into the future, right? Boxers today are not going to take the same bog standard contracts of yesterday. They're going to negotiate for down to the last, like XL glove or whatever. That's what they're doing now, right? From now, weight classes are not going to be able to dictate what boxers do. Al Heyman, I think, is going to set a template which others are going to follow. That, okay, we can say that it's for the middleweight title, but they're going to negotiate what the weight is going to be at. Like, it's not just going to be 160. Some of them are going to be at 157 and maybe some at 162, right? The catch weight thing is the thing about boxing now. Like Triple G, he said, me and Chris was talking today. I'm uploading the video now. Chris was telling me that Abe Sanchez will let Triple G fight Ward at 162 or 165. Right? And that, to me, that's not an unfair compromise, because Ward did it to, Chad Dawson, I'm going to have to watch my language, Chad Dawson drained himself to fight Ward. So, right. Look, by the time, let's say 2 years' time, once we get used to a whole load of catch weights, no one's going to be really disadvantaged, because it's just going to be the standard thing that if you want to get up there, you're going to have to take out the franchise man, and then you get to train him. So it's as much politics as it's more politics these days.
It's nothing new. It's definitely nothing new. And then the thing is Gary Shaw mentioned something about he's not against catchweights, but not for title fights.
Yeah.
Well, let's face it, Donnie Lalonde was not a 168 pounder, and he put his 175 pound title on the line. And Sugar Ray Leonard did make him weigh in at 168. So if you want to look at someone who drained somebody in recent years, and not even recent years, but as far back as I can remember, that was a title fight, number one. And number two, he drained him fucking 8 pounds. Okay, he drained him a lot. Actually 7 pounds. Excuse me. He drained him 7 pounds. So think of what Sugar Ray Leonard did to Donnie Lalonde, and then compare that to what Cotto did to Daniel Geale last night. It pales in comparison, right?
Joe, I interviewed Donnie Lalonde. Do you know he said that the weight drain that didn't affect him? He said it didn't affect him.
You know what he said? I do remember what he said. You know what he did say? He said it wasn't the fact that he had to make the weight. Mentally, it drained him because he was concerned about it. He said it bothered him mentally, thinking about getting down there and questioning himself whether or not he could do it. But when he actually did get down there, he didn't feel bad physically. But all that mental stress getting there, he said, wore him down. Am I correct?
Yeah, yes.
Wow.
I can't remember my interview now, but I think you're up.
Mind game.
No,
My question I wanted to ask is...
He said that 17
better
times.
than me.
The question is, does Canelo beat Cotto? I think Canelo does beat Cotto.
I don't think he does.
Hell no.
I don't
I don't
think
think he
so.
does. I don't think he does. Look at Canelo. Look at Canelo against Trout, and look at Canelo against Arislandi Lara, and look at those fights. I actually
Cotto
thought
got a good jab and he can box and move.
Yeah.
But Cotto, look at Cotto versus Trout. He got his ass whooped.
Yeah, Canelo.
So that's coming off a Mayweather loss, though.
Yeah, but look at Cotto.
Period.
Look at Cotto versus Mayweather, and then look at Canelo versus Mayweather.
Good point.
I thought Canelo got his ass whooped by Trout too.
Yeah, so
I didn't think. I thought Canelo won that
and I'm
fight.
not making excuses for Cotto, but I think Cotto totally took Trout for granted, totally underestimated him, and I think if they rematched, I think Cotto would knock him out.
No, I don't see that. I think the
I think he would knock him out. I would bet everything I own that Cotto beats him.
I think
shit, real? Hey,
No, I wouldn't. That's not a bet I would
I
make.
agree too.
Hey,
Look at Trout. Trout has not looked great recently, man.
Oh, you're right. Trout does look bad recently. That is true.
what's that, Michael?
As far as the Cotto Geale fight, when ESPN reported Tuesday that during the 7-day pre-fight weigh-in that Geale weighed 167.3, and you had Gary Shaw and others complaining about the catch weight, you knew the fight was over then. Geale, who always had 160 to begin with, coming down that way, you know he was going to be depleted, you know he was going to be weight drained, but he signed the contract to fight it that way.
That's right.
So ultimately, he can't blame nobody but himself. Gary Shaw blamed nobody but himself. And you saw at the weigh-in, Geale was a dead man. He was emaciated. He was dried out. He was gone. And so you knew then he was so weak that Cotto, who looked very good, I must say, he boxed very well. You knew if he was to touch him hard on the chin or to the body that Geale was going to go, and he did go. He went down hard. He went down early. Moving forward for Cotto, should Cotto be fighting at 160 pounds at the contract weight? Of course he should. We all know that. But were there complaints when Cotto had to move down to 145 to fight Pacquiao? I look at this, and of course, Cotto, he should be fighting at middleweight. We all know that. But Cotto runs the show at this point. He's his own boss. He's being a diva. So he's exercising his right. Do we like it necessarily? No, but that's the way it is. I mean, it's happened before. You mentioned Joe Habib, Lalonde, and Sugar Ray Leonard. Let's go even move forward. When Whitaker fought Chavez, even though Whitaker was the welterweight champion, that fight was at 145 pounds.
Yes.
2 pounds under the limit to accommodate who? Julio Cesar Chavez and Don King. So this is nothing new. The Canelo Cotto fight, that fight is going to happen. It's an agreement in principle. It's just minor details in terms of, ironically enough, weight and whatnot and otherwise. But the fight is going to happen either later on this year or early next year. Who?
Can I make a quick point, Mike?
Will Cotto fight Triple G? That pregnant pause when Max Kellerman asked him that question, that told me right there all I needed to know. That tells me all.
I think you guys are going to get shocked.
But he's not really hungry for a Triple G fight. Everybody sees that. So the Canelo fight is going to happen first. If the Triple G happened, I would be glad it happened, but I just don't see it right now because I don't think ultimately at the end of the day, Cotto or Freddie Roach really wants a fight with Triple G. They really don't. Not if they're going to avoid it at all costs until they just basically have to, or he wants to cash out at the end.
That's Michael, man.
Look, man, look. If we're gonna cry down catchweight match,
then negotiating the car frauds for a fight.
I think he was wanting to respond to these, but I can't hear you clearly. So EJ, you're gonna have to say for him. Tell me what he was saying.
If we're gonna cry down catchweight matches, right? Then I'm gonna have to take the stripes away from Roy Jones from fighting John Ruiz, because he didn't fight the legitimate heavyweight of the division at the time for the belt. Why didn't he fight Lennox Lewis then? You know, like David Haye, like when he won the title, take his title from Vanderbilt. He didn't fight a Klitschko and win the title. I mean, to me, it's kind of relative, you know. Like Hopkins, he didn't beat Chad Dawson for his title again after Chad Dawson beat him. So I don't know, man. I'm not gonna go too deep on these catchweights, man.
Roy Jones and Ruiz was a catchweight?
No. And speaking of
I didn't know that was a catchweight.
And speaking of Hopkins, he fought Antonio Tarver. That was at a catchweight. So again,
let me qualify what I'm saying so you understand where I'm coming from. I'm saying, all right, if we're talking about weights, right, weight scale, yeah, he didn't fight the biggest, baddest heavyweight on the block, right? Because if you have to fight 6'5", 17 stone plus Lennox rather than John Ruiz, would he have won the title?
No, he wouldn't though. But at the same time, he still fought a heavyweight. He did not drain him. Period. I mean, he fought who was available and took advantage of it. But at least he didn't drain anybody that night. Ruiz came in the waist. No, I'm saying that I'm saying it as far as comparison. I don't think you think it's a good comparison because Ruiz fought normally.
No. Let me give you my point because you're not understanding me. I'm not comparing it as a catchweight. I'm comparing it from a standpoint that, like, if we're gonna say that you have to fight this guy, like if he was supposed to fight, I'm not comparing it as a catchweight. If he was supposed to fight at 160, fair enough, right? Then you could say that a lot of guys should have done other things. You should say, well, Roy should have fought Lennox if you're gonna give him credit. If we're not gonna give Cotto credit as champion, we shouldn't really give Roy that much credence as champion because he didn't fight the top guy. That's what I'm saying.
Cotto isn't fighting any.
And we shouldn't give Floyd credit for beating Canelo because Canelo was that was a championship match, a unified championship match at a catchweight. People forget these things. This doesn't happen before.
I guess the end of the day is whether we like it or not, these catchweights are here to stay and they're not going away.
Yeah. But what does that do about titles?
I don't think it'll be a norm.
Are we going to get rid of titles now?
But in the case of Cotto's a small dude. He's not even a middleweight. I mean, you know, if he decides, okay, a catchweight, he has a reason. He's not going to do a catchweight for Canelo. He's trying to even up the playing field.
But that's just it just represents the other side of the sport and how some fighters who have pull, who are the cash cow, can get away with things that other fighters don't.
And they're all coming out from the cockroach, Roach.
The cockroach.
Yeah.
You know, Roach is the catchweight king.
He's the king of the catchweight. Go ahead, Mike.
Can I ask a question regarding Freddie Roach? I understand looking at Cotto and the way he's fought his last 3 fights, how he's looked. But some of that asterisk has to be pointed out to who he's fighting and the certain conditions that those fighters are in when he fought them.
Yeah, it's always been that way.
And that's why I don't think he beat. That's why I think Canelo beat him.
Let me finish.
Oh, sorry.
My issue is this improvement of Cotto and credit Freddie Roach getting all the credit. Does it have to do with the fighter himself, or is it the trainer? Because I compare the improvement that folks gave Pacquiao all this credit, that folks gave Roach all this credit when it came to the improvement of Pacquiao, and the improvement that folks give Roach all this credit for Cotto. I just think they're two different fighters. I think, I look at Cotto, I think that he can do much more than what Pacquiao can do. I know it's kind of silly to say because when they fought, Pacquiao beat him and blah, 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 blah. But when you look at Pacquiao, he does only a certain amount of basic things, and he can get by with a lot because of his speed. His hand speed.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I agree
when
with
you
that.
look at Cotto,
Yeah.
his attack in particular is much more diversified. So
Yeah, I agree with that. But
when you see a Freddie Roach and when you see a Cotto vis-a-vis Freddie Roach, the template is there. All Freddie Roach has to do is to tell Cotto to do a certain thing to expand his attack. Does Freddie Roach deserve that much credit for the improvement of Cotto, or is it just something? Or is it because is it based on Cotto and his certain mindset? I'm just asking the question.
I've said it time and time again, and I've got crucified on the web for this. I think Freddie Roach is a very overrated trainer. I really believe that.
I concur.
What I would say is that a trainer and an athlete's relationship is very important.
Very
you could
true.
have a trainer that has great knowledge, but it don't mean nothing because the athlete and the so Cotto found that match to get him back on those winning ways, and that's why he credits Freddie. That's why he credits Freddie Roach with everything.
If Cotto actually believes that Freddie Roach is helping him, psychologically that's a benefit to him.
Let me tell you something. The reason why this has happened, this is propaganda. This is why I felt sick.
It is propaganda. You're 100% right.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, you guys. Yeah.
Propaganda.
I'll explain.
Hey, credit to Freddie Roach. He's a great trainer. He's produced champion after champion. I'm not saying no.
One minute. What I mean by propaganda, I'm gonna tell you what I mean. This is on the backdrop of Manny Pacquiao and the worst performance of his life, and Freddie Roach being criticized as how did this guy get Trainer of the Year, and because under that backlash, they put Cotto in this fight with a drain Geale who decided to drain himself, and now Cotto goes, Freddie Roach, they've decided to put this propaganda and HBO, oh, Freddie Roach is the greatest trainer. Even when Cotto won, it wasn't me, it was Freddie. I was like, you trying to fool me? You crazy? You, Freddie Roach, don't know shit. Yeah, you was already a ready-made fighter, and now you're trying to say this guy made you better than you were before. You crazy.
Come on, guys. Don't shit all over Freddie like that. He's a great trainer. He's a bit overhyped, but he's a great trainer. All right, that was strategy in there. I wouldn't disrespect the man like that.
He ain't that good, man. Yeah, he's propaganda. That's why I mean the propaganda.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't disrespect him like that, though.
Alex Ariza breakdown on Freddie Roach's old broken.
But Alex Ariza, man, he's not in call with Freddie anymore.
Let me tell you something, and I'm gonna point this out, and it's there to see for everyone to see. Have you seen Freddie Roach working the pads with Cotto? It looked like Cotto was gonna kill him with any punch. It looked like it was gonna fall apart like a fucking matchstick, man.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with strategy? The strategy.
No, I'm trying to say this guy don't look. Cotto is fucking. When I mean Cotto was already ready made, it's not much you have to do.
No, my brother, but you still look. If somebody's losing, it takes something special to get them to win. Man,
you be smoking.
You have to acknowledge that. You can't disrespect that.
You drinking the Roach Kool-Aid right now. I don't know,
dude. I'm not a Roach fan at all, but I keep it level. I keep it 100%. You guys are just all shitting all over Roach just like that because Manny Pacquiao lost to Floyd Mayweather. And he had a pretty good plan against Floyd Mayweather as well.
Name one fighter Freddie Roach took from scratch and made him a champion. Name one fighter.
Well, there were guys who were either they weren't world champions or they were champions when they came with Freddie Roach, and he helped them to get winning ways. He never developed a champion from scratch.
Who's a better trainer?
Trainers who never develop champions from scratch. So what's the point?
Yeah, Emanuel Stewart has, Lou Duva has, a lot of great trainers have. Gil Clancy has. I mean, let's look at facts. I mean, he's not a guy who knows nothing about the sport. I'm not saying he's a complete idiot.
And he's not a bad trainer either.
But he is severely overrated.
Yeah, he is.
The thing is, he gets a lot of press and all these awards and stuff, and they have trainers much better and much more effective.
Robert Garcia is a better trainer than him.
Yes, he is.
Virgil Hunter, in my opinion, is a better trainer than him.
Because he got Andre Ward.
I agree on Virgil.
No, because he's a better trainer than him. He took a guy who was 11 years old, 10 years old, and made him who he is today. Freddie Roach is
Jackson. We could go down the whole list.
John David Jackson's a better trainer than Freddie Roach.
Yeah,
I agree.
What I'm saying is he's just one of the popular ones. And he's gotten a lot of awards because most people know the wild card gin in L.A.
He got awards because of Manny Pacquiao.
He made his bones off of Pacquiao, and he needs it. Without Pacquiao, he's a nobody.
Yeah, but he had James Toney. He had a whole bunch of guys, man.
James Toney was
already established before he got to Freddie Roach.
My point is, he had these dudes. They passed through his gym. They actually took training from him, and they got wins. So you gotta give the guy. You gotta give the guy credit as a trainer.
Oh, I gotta give him credit because he's a multi-millionaire. He's a multi-millionaire.
I agree with you. He's overhyped, but I mean, he's not shit.
He's good, but he's not trainer of the year status. That's the issue.
He is
not this
problem. And what you need, if you start boxing, I'll put you in there. You're in that with Alzheimer's, so I'll put you in there.
What's that?
Don't say that, EJ. That's not.
What's that?
There are other trainers who are just as good and better, but they do not get the credit. And again, like I said, not disregard the trainer of the year and all that stuff, because like the International Boxing Hall of Fame, the voting for that.
He got Pacquiao knocked out, man.
It's all subjective.
He got Pacquiao knocked out. He got Pacquiao. Go ahead, Michael. Go ahead, Michael.
Just look at the advice. Just look at the improvement that you may or may not see in particular fighter once he handles them. That's how you judge. And when I judge from that, when I look at from that perspective, he's good, but again, there are folks that I'll give him credit. He has done.
He ain't getting none.
For folks to act like he's elite and to use all these awards and act like he's at the level of a Emmanuel Stewart or Eddie Fudge or Ray Arcel, that caliber, those all-time great. No.
Hell no. That's what I'm saying. You look, man. This is the truth, man. Freddie Roach had a fight. Freddie Roach had the trainer, the fighter, the Juan Lecano, the Hispanics causing panic. He had him from the start. He done killed that guy's career. Furthermore, he had Pacquiao in the fight where he was winning where Pacquiao was winning against Marquez, had him down. And he told him to go in and got Pacquiao knocked out. And what game plan?
How can you say though he got Pacquiao knocked out? Pacquiao made a mistake.
No, that's Roach. Roach in the watch it. Roach in the
come on, man.
He's hurt. And furthermore, you look at this. I'm still trying to understand what game plan they had here for when he fought Floyd Mayweather. I'm still waiting to know what game plan he had.
I don't think
was a good game plan. If they went in with full force, Pacquiao was gonna get his ass knocked out.
I don't think
you guys don't realize.
He did not change Manny Pacquiao whatsoever. Manny Pacquiao still doesn't have a good right hand. He throws it now. He throws it now a little bit more than he used to, but he's still not a good right-hand puncher. He
doesn't throw with the intent to hurt. He just throws it.
Freddie Roach has not really improved Manny Pacquiao that much at all.
You know, in the fight
he's the same
Mayweather,
fighter.
The punch that landed the most was Pacquiao's jab. Do you guys know that? Pacquiao's jab landed more, and Mayweather's jab as well, than any other punch Pacquiao threw.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
It didn't.
Yes.
That's fine if you want to land jabs, but you're not going to win the fight if you can't land a power punch.
Pacquiao threw a lot of jabs. He didn't land a lot of jabs. Go back and
look. He landed a substantial amount of jabs.
No, he did not.
Punches landed.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
That's the punch that worked the most. His right hook didn't work. His lead left didn't work. It's his jab that worked. And that's something that I was watching the fight.
His jab did not. His jab did not work.
He didn't look like it was working.
Go watch again. Step jab.
His jab did not work at all.
If you watch it in slow motion, you may get something you want.
Yeah, you know what? Let's watch it backwards, and then watch it. Let's watch it in slow motion.
I don't care how you watch it. That's what I saw.
All these people,
I don't really care.
all these people that want to manipulate the recording. At the end of the day, that's all nonsense. You know why? Because when a judge watches a fight, he doesn't watch a fight in slow motion. He watches it in real time.
That's right.
So that's all that matters.
They had a good plan against Mayweather, especially they got him in the corners and stuff. They tried the in and out stuff, but what they didn't factor was the defense of Mayweather. Mayweather has a defense.
How do you not factor the defense? It's the main thing of Mayweather.
The man is like the Matrix.
How can you not factor that in when
How you gonna factor it in? It's called the.
How can you not factor that in? That's Mayweather's
here's-
greatest claim to fame is his defense. How can you not factor that in?
Here's my question.
How can you not prepare for a fight with Mayweather and not factor in the defense? How can you not factor in the defense if you're fighting Mayweather?
There's a couple of things.
How do you prepare for a fight with Mayweather and not factor in Mayweather's
You
defense?
can
He's the
factor in
greatest.
how much you want.
There's
It
a
has
couple
been
of things
46
Pacquiao
have
did not
tried,
factor in.
46 have failed.
So there's Freddie
Pacquiao
Roach isn't as
threw-
great as you thought he was then. He's
Pacquiao in that fight didn't do a lot of things. He didn't throw any feints in the fight. He did not
Oh,
account
he
for
threw
the range
feints.
of.
Come on, man.
He did not
threw
throw
feints
enough
like crazy.
feints. He did not throw no feints.
You
His
So
range-
what you need? You think that was a good performance from Pacquiao against Floyd Mayweather?
Absolutely. Much
Wow.
better performance than Chris
Really?
Algieri's performance. When he
Really?
fought Oh, absolutely.
What you need?
That
Chris?
was fighting-
You
fighting the
think
best boxer on the planet.
Pacquiao?
You guys
You
don't
think
understand.
Pacquiao put on a good performance against Mayweather?
Of course.
I'm a big
One of his best
Pacquiao
performances,
fan. I'm
Oh,
a big
well,
Pacquiao fan.
you're
I had to
probably
fight
better
him.
than
I
Ray
thought
Tyson.
he was
Hey,
good.
hey, that's why you got Freddie Roach, the trainer of the year, because if you didn't factor the defense, what kind of trainer doesn't factor? What kind of trainer didn't factor in the defense? That's how great he is. How can you not factor in the defense if you're such a great trainer?
You've been scouting this guy for fucking 6 years, and that's you've been studying this guy, and you've been dreaming about this fight for 6 years, and that's the game plan you come up with?
Yeah.
Well, guess
Because
what?
ain't nobody figured out Floyd Mayweather. And that's what people need to understand. No one will, and no one has.
How is it that Maidana did better with range with Pacquiao with Mayweather's range than Pacquiao did?
Maidana gave Pacquiao a better fight. Maidana gave Mayweather a better fight than Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao
landed
did not.
hard shots
Manny
on
Pacquiao
Mayweather
did not
than
account for the
Maidana
range.
did.
Look at Maidana. Look at
in round
Maidana's
three.
performance. Look at
Second fight.
Maidana's perforance against Mayweather, right?
Hey,
And look at Pacquiao's performance
Listen,
against
if
Mayweather.
you take
Maidana was ready for the
you
range
take
of
away-
Floyd
if you take
Mayweather.
away-
Manny
if you
Pacquiao
take
was
away-
not.
if you take away all the fouls that Maidana did, he didn't perform better than Pacquiao.
Man, he didn't do nothing. He did more in the second fight than the
Watch
first.
But Maidana did better with the range. He did way better with the range that was given in
What
front of him.
range?
You
What
guys
range?
at the same time.
Then there versus Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was sitting
Hey,
there sometimes.
yo, you all talking at the same time. Ain't no one listening. No, anyone listening, they gonna hear this overlaps. One at this when you're talking, try and let the other one so at least let the other people hear. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, it's a lot of passion. That's why a lot of passion.
Man, this is good shit. This is good shit. I'm
Pacquiao fought better than Maidana. Maidana's first fight, like that
I
was
disagree.
an MMA exhibition.
I
That's what it was.
disagree.
Thank you.
I disagree.
You think that was good that Maidana's
Look
first
at
performance?
Maidana's jab in the first fight. It was awesome.
When he tried to knee Floyd in it.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, man.
All right, take away all that shit and look at the jabs he landed and look at the right hands he landed.
He's barely the Mel done so much dirty shit, bro. It's hard to see that, Joe, man. I was like,
No.
It
Look
was
at,
exciting,
no,
though, I'll give you that.
No.
Much
Look
more excited than
at
Mayweather
the fight
Pacquiao.
closer. Look at the fight closer and don't buy into the WWE shit.
all right, bro. But that fight's messy. Let's go back to the Manny Pacquiao and Floyd. What you need is getting it there. What you need, let me tell you something, bro. Like Manny Pacquiao, that was supposed to be Freddie Roach's master plan on how to fight Floyd. That's why he's a terrible trainer. And this whole propaganda, what I was starting off with, was there to give Freddie Roach that credit to put him up to that elite level. That's what I'm trying to do.
EJ, what you need doesn't believe anything he's saying right now. He's smiling right now. He's playing devil's advocate. He wants to argue with us. That's all right. That's all right.
I want to hear Michael out. I want to hear Michael talk.
Michael, go ahead, Michael.
Sense of reason, speak.
Evidence of Roach and his overhyping as a trainer. Damn the Mayweather fight. For me, the Pacquiao at the fight with Pacquiao and Marquez, all four of them. How come Freddie Roach could not win either of those fights either the more times they fought? I mean, let's look at it. The first fight. Pacquiao, he got that draw basically because of the 3 knockdowns in his round. Round 2 on, Marquez won the majority of the rounds. Second fight. The fight basically with the same, very close fight. Marquez really had his moments. A lot of folks felt he won the fight. But Pacquiao got the decision because of the knockdown. Third fight. Marquez, I don't care what anybody says, Marquez won that fight. He won that fight clearly.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and win
and in the fourth fight, Pacquiao was leading, but he ran in there and he got his ass knocked out.
Yeah, that's Freddie Roach.
So the point is this: as those 4 fights went on, it got worse for Manny Pacquiao. That says something about Roach and his ability as a trainer. There was no real adjustment in there from first fight to fourth fight. That says it all to me more than anything. That's why I initially asked about this improvement from Cotto and people giving Freddie Roach so much credit. I'm sorry, I just don't see it, and I look at it compared to this so-called improvement from Manny Pacquiao. Is it the fighter himself, and is it the mindset, or is it a physical, strategic thing? I think with Cotto vis-a-vis Roach, I think it may be more of an issue of the mindset more than an actual physical, strategic thing.
Exactly.
Because I compare it to Pacquiao, who basically does basic things, the same basic things that when it comes to Pacquiao, he basically
Michael?
giving his mind to do something from a more diversified thing, but that has to do with Cotto. There's a base there, a skill set there that's already there, and all Roach has to do is just tell him a few things, give him a few tips. There's no real overhaul as far as I'm concerned. And you put that together all with the asterisk of the opponent that he has fought recently. Does Freddie Roach deserve all this credit? That's why I initially asked.
No, none.
Well,
I think people are just excited to see Cotto knock people out again. Is exciting. I think that's why people like it.
The thing is this: Cotto's been a world-class fighter for many years before he hooked up with Roach. So all of a sudden, Roach is gonna make Miguel Cotto something that he already wasn't. I mean, Cotto was already an established fighter before he got with Roach.
That's what I'm saying, man. So it's
and if you want to really look at one thing that Manny Pacquiao continually does wrong, if you look at Manny Pacquiao, he walks into right hands. He moves to his left, which he's one of the only southpaws I've ever seen do this. His instinct is to move to his left, which is he walks right into his opponent's right hand. You would think, after all this time, Freddie Roach could teach him to not do that, could train him to not do that, and it bites him in the ass every fight. He gets hit with right hands by everybody. He went to the store to buy a pack of gum the other day. The cashier hit him with a right hand. He's just so susceptible to right hands. The guy can't get out of the way of him. It's ridiculous.
By the way, however, moving to your left as a southpaw is to get closer to the other person, so your power hand can get closer. Floyd was circling to his right.
That's not what you're supposed to do.
Power hand.
That's not what you're supposed to do. It's boxing is like
you see the
skill
set of some people. The skill set of some people, like Floyd, he circles the opposite way. If you watch him fight Robert Guerrero and other southpaws, he actually circles into their hand. But the reason he does that is because the southpaw actually wants to do the opposite. He wants to circle into your power hand.
What a fighter traditionally
and take off the angle.
Boxing.
But you gotta have quick reflexes and you gotta be defensive.
Boxing is like dancing. When you dance, okay, you move to the direction of your lead foot. A fighter instinctively moves to the direction of his jab hand. That's what a fighter does. When an orthodox fighter fights a southpaw, he's supposed to move away from the left hand, not into it. It's the same thing with the southpaw. Southpaws fight right-handers all the time. That's the predominant opponent they fight. They don't move to their left. They move to their right to move away from the right hand. They're not supposed to move into it.
With all due respect, Joe, with all due respect, these guys are elite fighters. Again, just go watch Maypac. You'll see Floyd circling to his right.
But
into the power hand of Manny Pacquiao. And the reason he's doing that is because he has reflexes and he's defensively responsible. When you fire a punch, he will duck under or he will move to the side.
That's not how you taught. That's not how you taught to fight. That's not. He didn't.
Telling you, B. All you gotta do is go watch the fight.
Go back and watch it closely. Don't look at like 1 or 2 times. Look at the whole fight, okay? And look at the direction Floyd Mayweather is moving.
What you're talking about is what's called lead foot dominance. All right, where you try to get.
That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about.
Listen, wait.
Hold up. I'm talking about proper positioning. I'm talking about proper positioning.
I got you. I got you.
Trust me, I got you. Watch. Let me show you something. Usually the conventional thing
is an orthodox.
Let me finish. Let me finish what you need. When you bat, okay, you swing. If you're a right-handed batter, right, to get leverage, you swing in this direction. So if you're a boxer, okay, and you're moving, if you're moving this way to your opposite side, you're not going to get leverage on your right hand. You have to move okay, to your left so you can get leverage and turn into your right hand. If you're moving to the opposite side, you're not going to get leverage on that right hand. It's like when you bat, you swing in that direction. It's the same thing. If you're a right-handed batter, if you're a right-handed hockey player, you swing in that direction. So you move in that direction. Am I saying?
Steve, I know all of that you're talking about. I already know that.
In that direction that you're never going to move to the other side? No, but the predominant side you're going to move to is to the side of your jab hand. That's how you get leverage on your right hand. That's when you move to that side to get leverage on your hook. You're not going to move to this side to get leverage on your punches. You're going in the opposite direction. You're taking the momentum away from your power side by moving to that side. You're moved to the opposite side.
That's true.
No,
because you're looking at a mirror image.
That's exactly true. I just gave you the perfect example. You're wrong.
B.
I boxed before.
All right, B. Let me talk. Go ahead. Thank you. I'm sick. Let me talk. All right. So I'm telling you, you're dealing with a mirror image. You're dealing with someone who is not orthodox like yourself. So the closest area of fire, from the neutral zone to the closest area of fire, is where my lead hand goes straight into your face when I turn into it, because I am here. So when I circle in this way, and when I'm circling anti-clockwise, okay, and I'm an orthodox fighter, and you're southpaw, and you're circling anti-clockwise with me, I get my power hand closer to your hand by doing that. When I circle clockwise, okay, and you're circling clockwise with me, now I can get my jab hand closer to you, but my power hand is going to be further away. Now, why people circle clockwise is because they're trying to avoid the power hand so they can slip the power hand, counter in the safe zone, so that your jab, I can slip your jab and hit you straight through there, okay? But when you circle anti-clockwise, if you're an orthodox fighter, if you're a southpaw, it's the other way around. But if you're orthodox, you're circling anti-clockwise, then you get actually an easier shot at your opponent, okay? But you have to have 2 things. You have to be defensively responsible. You're either blocking that punch or you're getting out of the way of it after you fire, which is what Floyd Mayweather does. Go watch the fights. Or you have to be able to take the punch that's coming. You got a hell of a chin because it's actually dangerous to circle that way, okay? But guys like Pacquiao and Mayweather, well, Pacquiao's a southpaw, so he will circle clockwise. They actually do that against conventional wisdom, okay? So that they can get a quick shot. That's why Pacquiao, he throws what we call a lead left, and it comes off of his pivot, and he comes straight at you with the lead left. Okay?
That's why he's always off balance too, and that's why
he just has bad. He has bad.
He has bad balance. He has bad balance.
When he knocked out Ricky Hatton, right? Like the punch didn't look like it was onto me, and then all of a sudden I see the left hand come from nowhere. He didn't even look like he was in position to throw it. Now it was bang, out. I was like,
if he moved to the other side like he's supposed to, I guarantee you he wouldn't be getting hit with as many right hands. I'm just being honest.
The problem with Pacquiao with the right hand hit is he pulls back. So if I'm going to throw my lead right,
he moves to the wrong side.
This is how
he walks into it.
Pacquiao's defense is just to pull back on the lead, and that's why he keeps on getting hit. He doesn't go under. He doesn't slip to the side.
No, he walks. If you look at the Marquez knockout, watch it closely. He moved into the punch. If he was moving the other way, the punch would not have landed.
But that's kind of like a Marcos Maidana Floyd Mayweather in the sense that
I understand what you're saying.
Timed him. He timed him for that one.
What you're saying is these guys are so physically gifted that they can gamble and go to the other. I understand that.
Yeah.
But primarily, you don't want to do that. You can do that. You can do that. You can do that on occasion to switch things up and set a trap to get the guy moving to that side, and then you can jump back to the other side, which Hopkins does. Hopkins will move to that side, but then he'll jump right back to the other side. You can do that, but when you watch Pacquiao, his instinct is to move to that side more often than not, and he moves to that side, and he continues to move to that side too often, and fighters pick up on that. That's why guys like Chris Algieri landing right hands against him, because he's actually moving into the punch.
And the problem with Pacquiao is he's not defensively responsible. He doesn't move his head. So he's coming at you, and his head is right there to be hit. You know, he's not trying to slip. He's not trying to move this way.
His head now, but his head's took too much steroids. You can't miss him. So let's move on.
Head to wedge now.
I'm telling you right now, honestly.
It's got a bubble.
What did he say?
I'm telling you right now, honestly, if he corrected that one mistake, he would be a 10 times better fighter than he is right now. I'm being honest.
It's possible.
I'm being honest.
Hey, you guys, man, this is good shit. Let's talk about next weekend, man. There's some mismatches, man. So let's talk. I'll go through them real quick, yeah. Right. Lara versus Delray. Yeah. Who's that?
Lara is the best fighter in the world.
Get out of here. Lara's gonna blow out Delvin Rodriguez off of a bench.
We don't know.
I got Lara by knockout.
Let me go for the mismatches real quick, right?
My bad.
Off of Betev, whatever his name is. Beterbiev is gonna beat up Alexander Johnson. That's a mismatch. Anthony Peterson's fighting some dude that he's gonna blow him out. Then after that, that's on a Friday. Saturday come Deontay Wilder's gonna beat up Eric Molina. He gonna blow him out. J Rock's fighting against what's his name again? Oh man, he gonna blow him out. That's a mismatch. The only competitive fight who could be upset is Nicholas Waters versus that Miguel Mariano. I like that. That dude's fucking serious. That dude, you need to check him out on Friday Night Fights. That's the only competitive fight on the whole weekend. So the other ones are mismatches. You guys chop it up, man. There's mismatches for me.
I think Lara will actually knock out Delvin Rodriguez.
Exactly, it's a mismatch.
Lara, yeah, I think it's gonna be a knockout on that fight. Lara, people keep forgetting Lara knocks people out.
Anyone know about Alexander Johnson? I don't know. He's gonna mismatch, man. It's just, what's the point? The mismatch.
You know what the funny thing about Lara is?
Yeah.
He has good power. He has above average power. He's a sharp puncher. But when you look at fights like Ishe Smith, when you look at certain fights of his, if the guy's really not aggressive, he'll leave him alone. Like he'll do just enough to win rounds. Like he doesn't look for knockouts. He doesn't mind cruising to a 12-round decision. He's not looking to knock guys out. So if Rodriguez starts to get tentative in that fight and lays back a little bit, he may last a full 12 because Lara sometimes just does not put his foot on that gas pedal. And there are a lot of mismatches on paper, but I'm afraid to start calling fights mismatches now because I've done it a couple times these last couple weeks. Like the Aaron Martinez Guerrero fight was supposed to be a mismatch. The Algieri Khan fight was supposed to be a mismatch. Now I look like an idiot calling those fights one-sided mismatches, and I wasn't excited about them. And each time the fights impressed me, and they proved me wrong, and I was happy to be wrong about them, and I was pleasantly surprised on both occasions.
I'll say.
So maybe these are mismatches on paper, but maybe they're not.
I
Maybe
think
they won't
Lara
turn out to
knocks
be.
out. I think Lara knocks out Delvin Rodriguez because he's getting knocked out later.
Delvin's gonna get stepped on. Kobe.
Because if he's got knocked out. When you get knocked out, you usually get knocked out again.
Lara should go against Cotto, get his ass whipped. And you know what? Hey, think he should ask for a rematch. What's his name again? What's that guy's name again who beat Cotto? What's his name again?
Trout.
Yeah, man. Trout should call him out. What's wrong with Trout? Trout ain't got no
Trout
ball.
call out Lara?
No,
Yeah,
call that Cotto, man. Go back for his rematch. Go pick up his belt, man. What's wrong with him, man? Like, Cotto getting beat already, man. They gonna take out Cotto. They're mismatches next weekend.
Hey, but what do you guys think about Cotto versus Mayweather, man?
Mayweather beat him up again.
Look, man, I saw an interview on the Boxing Voice, and they interviewed Cotto, and they said that, you know, now I'm on the A side. It's only fair that, you know, these guys come down the weight. I'm just trying to make the fight as even as possible. When I heard that shit, I said, this guy, bro. But he's only doing what other fighters are allowing him to do. So if you don't want it, don't fight him. So if you won't drain yourself and prostitute yourself, then that's your business. That's how it is. But it's sad. That's what it is. I wanted Thing to win, but I knew he wasn't gonna win, Geale. But
I wouldn't mind seeing Cotto fight Mayweather again. I'm telling you now.
I would, cause Mayweather's gonna drain. He was probably gonna drain Cotto, so I think he's gonna drain Cotto this time. I probably will.
Cotto's small.
I think he's gonna drain
Cotto's
Cotto.
153, 152, so Cotto's cool.
Yeah,
I think he's cool.
Yeah, let him come in at welterweight. That's it.
And let me ask you a question. I was reading a story on Boxing Scene, not to change the subject real quick.
Cotto gave him a good run too.
And now Mayweather's complaining about the WBO like having a fight like him, Bradley, and Jesse Vargas fighting for the vacant title, right? Now didn't Mayweather specifically say he was going to vacate those titles? Now he's acting like he wants to hold on to him. Like what's the deal?
It could tell us something about Kell Brook. He may want to be undisputed.
No, but Mayweather did say he has the right to change his mind every now and again. He did say that.
Well, I know that, but it didn't seem like he was going to change his mind on this one because he didn't want to pay the sanctioning fees.
If he said he's going to vacate them, then vacate them.
Change his mind.
Well, now he's complaining about the WBO, taking the title away from him.
He didn't care about that, but he didn't accept that.
Yeah, he could tell us two things though. If he wants to keep WBO, it tells us two things. That either he wants to fight Pacquiao or fight Kell Brook.
He never accepted that belt in the ring. When they were giving him the belt, he just walked right past it.
He actually touched it and he carried it for 2 seconds. he carried it for like 2 seconds before he gave it back.
That's how he's all saying. Like, Mayweather was rude, man. Like, no wonder they fucking fight his prodigy, Vargas, Bradley. Man, Bradley. That's a good fight.
I thought he was giving up the belts though. He doesn't need. Why does he need the belts?
He's never been undisputed before, has he? Has he ever been undisputed?
I thought he was giving up the belts too, but there was a story on Boxing Scene about his lawyer getting involved in the WBO situation. Why are they fighting for his title when he never vacated it? But I guess he didn't officially vacate the titles. He just said that he was going to, but he never officially did it. So I don't know. You never know what's going on with this guy. As EJ says, he does change his mind.
I got some other news coming up, man. Dillian White. I think they're making a mistake. They be fighting Joshua's team. They're looking to fight Dillian White. I think that's gonna be the worst mistake they could ever do. But I've been saying that Dillian White ain't fought maybe the level of Joshua, but Dillian White is an active fighter. He'll bring it. So Andy Joshua versus Dillian White. How you guys see that? I'm going with Dillian for the upset. I'm gonna get some money from that.
Explain, Dillian.
Anthony Joshua.
I'm familiar with the BJ. Explain.
Dillian White got banned for 2 years for some. They say he took something in his drink, and Dillian White is a bad man from South London. Dillian the Villain White, that's his name, right? Dillian White beat Anthony Joshua in the amateurs. Basically, he's the last guy to beat Anthony Joshua. And if you see it, he floored him a couple of times. He floored him more than once in the fight. And Anthony Joshua, apparently they were in the Klitschko camp. They were arguing. They don't really get along. And Dillian wants to fight him. And now because of Eddie Hearn saw Joshua knock out Johnson's tooth he knocked out Johnson's tooth. Joshua retired, and he retired. Eddie Hearn believes that Joshua can knock out the moon now, like George Foreman thought he could knock out the moon. So now they've given him Dillian White. I think it's a mistake, but I love the fight. I love it, mate. I think that's going to be a September fight. And I don't care what I gotta do. I'm gonna be there, get my interviews down there, and see what's going on, because that is gonna be good for London. I ain't gonna lie. Would you?
How close is it to be?
They're close, man. They're close. I'm on Facebook. Dillian talking. They're talking September. I talked to Spencer Fearon. He rang me yesterday and told me that fight is gonna be next. He told me straight out, man. He goes, that's the fight they're organizing in September. So
why are you picking against Anthony Joshua? I thought this was your new heavy. This is your new heavyweight hope. Why are you picking against him?
Not against Dillian, man. Dillian is the villain, man. Dillian is a real bad man.
I don't understand you today. You're all over the place today.
No. Let me clarify. You know what it is? It's money, though. We're talking about money. When it comes to money and making some money, I change. But
so what are you, a degenerate gambler now? Come on, buddy. You're an analyst. You're an analyst. You're not a degenerate gambler.
I'm just saying they might be shooting, because look, most of the time Josh has been fighting. This is the thing. Dillian, right, will hit him. Like Dillian, I see Dillian working on his practice. Dillian is working on not getting hit. He's working on Joshua ain't been hit. He ain't been hit more than 10 times in any of his fights, man. He ain't been hit. I
don't know about you, man. I don't know. I may have to take a side bet with you on this.
I listen now, man. I'm telling you, look, man. I'm telling you, the Beast knows what I'm talking about. Dillian's gonna bring it, man. That's the
Beats. Beats, can you explain this, Beats?
Right now, that's why I'm gonna be. I'm gonna wait up a little more before I start. Because listen, if I say anything too much, I live around the corner from a lot of people. What are you talking about? So I'm gonna be weighing this up very heavily before I start going in.
Hey,
you too, Beats. Beats.
Hey, Dillian's the type of guy, right, to come looking for you. If you say some shit in London, Dillian's the type of guy to come find you. If he hears any shit, well, I'm talking to Spencer. Spencer picked against Dillian. He picked Joshua. He picked Joshua to beat Dillian. When Spencer called him, Dillian was going like he was going to look for Spencer. Spencer had to calm him down. I'm a South London bred as well. Who you talking to? He had to calm him down. Dillian is a hard, real bad man. Me and Beast talked to him on the phone. Me and Beats was talking. Beats asked him about the drug aggravator. He looked like he was going to tear Beats' throat through the throat. Dillian is a bad man. Now, when I'm saying picking picking Dillian, I'm saying with my neck. You know what I mean? Maybe.
Okay, I get it now. All right. Listen, you're trying to guard your grill. You're trying to guard your grill right now.
Dillian's uncompromising. Dillian apparently offered Anthony Joshua to come outside in the Klitschko's cap to fight.
Yeah, that's right. That's what he did. Yeah. That's
he's not joking. He's 14 wins, 11 KOs, no defeats. So, you know. We'll see.
I couldn't hear what Beats was saying. Could you repeat that, EJ?
Begin, I think you say it louder. Go on, Beats.
I could hear what he was saying, so repeat that, please.
No, he's just saying Dillian's not the guy to be trifled with. He's a real bad piece. But all right, let's move on from Dillian in case he's listening. How you doing, Dillian? But anyway.
Well, he's that kind of thing.
He's got a long reach as well. He's got a very long reach.
Yeah. Dillian is Joshua's gonna get touched up in that fight, man. Joshua's gonna get touched up. But
I got Joshua by KO.
Yeah. I think Amir Khan is close. I think Amir Khan. They're talking. Amir Khan will be fighting Floyd Mayweather. I think that fight will be happening. I think it's a good fight for Floyd if he can pick up. It's a belt. It's just another guy to just take out. I think it's a good fight.
There's no belt on that fight. There's no
belt.
Well,
Floyd might have a belt. Floyd might have a belt in it. It'll be Floyd's belt, isn't it? He'll have a belt in it. He'll have some sort of belt in it. He's got them gold belt, diamond belts. He put one of them belts on the line, isn't it?
He ain't putting a diamond one up. He keeping the diamond one in his house.
What about the belt of the decade and stuff like that? Might be one to put one.
I heard he's gonna put up the PBC belt.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
The BBC, bro. Ah, damn, man.
I still want to see.
I still want to see EJ boxing belt.
I still want to see Floyd versus Cotto, man. I want to see Cotto. I don't care what nobody says.
155 pound catch weight for the middleweight title.
Yeah.
Cotto's walking around. Cotto's walking around with shrunken bulls right now. I ain't rolling with Cotto no more.
I like Cotto, man. That's my boy.
Cotto is not gonna beat Floyd, man. He's just not gonna do it.
That's what you saying, but he gave him a hell of a fight.
He gave him a hell of a fight, but he still lost.
Floyd was messing around. Floyd was messing around.
Yeah, he almost got knocked out too. You remember that, right? He almost got knocked out. 11th round, he almost got knocked out.
Yeah, yada yada.
He was playing around with him, man. I don't know, man.
Stronger Cotto now, man. I want to see that.
Same Cotto, man.
He's not. It's not the same Cotto. But I would say, man. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
Hey, current news, man. Nicholas Waters versus no one's really talking about. That could be an upset right there.
I got Walters.
Guys need to be checking that guy out, man. That guy's a serious dude, man.
What about Earl Spence versus Roberto Garcia? That's what I want to see.
Man, that's a mismatch, man.
I still want to see it.
Yeah, that's a mismatch.
Earl Spence is in it.
Be careful, EJ, with these mismatches. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but you know, you're right. No, but Joe, you've been a couple of times, but these fights ain't they not look. Robert Guerrero nearly got upset. That would have been an upset. That would have been a big upset. Like, but
Errol Spence can't beat Garcia. He needs to just call it quits, man.
Errol Spence should be beating him, man. There's no competitive fights right here. The only one I got here, Dave Lemieux versus Hassan Undu.
That's a good
fight.
When is that?
You know what? Sorry. This is a fight where everyone can chunk into. Broner versus Sean Paul.
I got Hassan.
I'm going Broner. I'm going with Broner. I don't care what anyone says. I'm going with Broner.
I am so surprised.
I'm going with Broner.
At the amount of people picking Broner right now.
I got Porter. I got Porter.
I got Broner.
See, it's diverse out here, man. I think Broner got the skills.
Porter looks good in camp. Porter looks really good.
Porter's ain't got no skills.
I'm picking Porter. But people are really making me think twice about this because there's a lot.
One-dimensional, man. Just coming in hooks and winging it.
But that one dimension is the dimension that Broner doesn't like.
Yeah, but he ain't.
I don't agree with that. I think he does like. I think look, Madonna caught him early with a power bomb. Yeah. I think people are forgetting that. It wasn't Madonna's pressure. It was them power bombs that just discombobulated Broner, and it took him ages to get back.
I think Broner also did bad against Paulie Malignaggi though. So what does that tell you?
He done better against Paulie. Wait, hold on.
He looked bad. Bad against Paulie. He looked bad against Paulie.
One sec. I need to establish something. Did you just say that Broner did better against Paulie Malignaggi than Porter?
No. I said that. I didn't say that. No. I said that Broner looked bad versus Paul.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll with Porter on this one. I'm sorry.
Porter got me.
What do you see with Porter? Because I ain't seen shit. You want that?
I'm seeing a load of power.
I agree with you, EJ.
Yeah.
I agree with you 110%.
Yeah.
But sometimes that one dimension is enough. If it's going up against the style that dimension really troubles that fighter with. And Broner is not a good inside fighter. He's not. He's a guy. Another one of them guys that needs space, likes to turn those shots over. And I don't think he's physically strong enough to contain Broner.
Broner isn't a good inside fighter. I'm not contending you. No, Broner is a good inside fighter.
He's draining him, Beast. He's draining him in the fight. This is the stinking catch.
Beats.
Yeah.
Porter is a much better inside fighter than Broner. Much better.
I don't know about it, bro.
Much better.
I think
and the difference here. Activity. The difference here is Broner doesn't have the foot speed, like.
Yeah. What do you think about his fight with Emmanuel Taylor, man?
Emmanuel Taylor did good.
I thought that was a nail.
Yeah.
I thought that was a nail biter. I thought that was
Broner had good foot speed though. He was moving.
I don't think he's particularly quick on his feet. I don't think that's one.
Let me tell you this.
That's one of his strongest attributes. I think his hand speed is good. I don't think he's that quick on his feet.
Hey, let me tell you this.
In fact, who's quicker on his feet, Broner or Porter? He's really quicker on his feet. Not moving around, but just quicker.
Now the feet ain't gonna mean too much. Let me say it. The lower the weight, the more Broner gets stronger. It's proven. Every time he round lightweight, he's a fucking beast. At 140, he's got a bit of power. When you move him down like in them weights, he's fucking powerful, but he has power because he's really not really even supposed to be in them weight classes. You take Porter's every time Porter's in them low weight. When Porter was down that weight, who did he really knock out? He wasn't knocking no one out. He went this with Julio Diaz. So you drain him, take his power away. It's an even match, man. It's an even match now.
And besides that, it's not foot speed, it's foot position or footwork that's really important. The angles.
Broner doesn't use that though, man. Broner.
Yeah, but Broner,
Well, that's why he's working with Nate Jones.
Broner's feet are too wide apart.
That's why he's working with Nate Jones.
Yeah, he does. See, wide is wide apart.
That's why he's working with Nate Jones.
He's working with. Is he working with the Galaxy Warrior?
He's working with Nate Jones, the guy who trains Mayweather.
Oh, him, man. What? I don't mean shit.
Really? Wow.
What do you do at the pro? And he didn't do nothing to the amateur league. He just went
Dude, he's a trainer. That's a different thing.
You a trainer. You sound like a trainer as well. You and Freddie Roach right there. Don't mean shit, man.
Oh, come on, EJ. Now you're talking.
I think people writing Porter off too fast, man. I think.
Do you know that
Floyd's Porter fight and this Nick Porter's overrated when Porter's not overrated to me.
Floyd's balance. This is what Nate Jones works on. He's a great trainer. He trains other people, by the way. Like your UK guy, man. What's his name? From the TMT team. Forgot his name now.
Ashley Theophane.
Ashley Theophane. That's Nate Jones trains him, as well as this up and comer that I forgot his name now. But yeah, Nate Jones is very, very good, man.
Why? Because he trained Ashley Theophane.
Yeah.
Because he actually who else is he champion?
He trains different people. He's an up and coming trainer though.
Yeah, I know. Who else? He's just a great trainer. Who's he training?
He's training
amateur. He's a lot of amateur players.
He only go. Listen, but Floyd's only let.
Some up and comers now. I forgot the guy's name now.
He just started, man. He just started. I ain't rolling with that. And what's he got over there? He just got him as a punching bag. He's just there holding the belts.
No.
Thing is this trainer, man. That guy in the corner is.
Oh, mercy, man. You guys talk.
EJ is fiery today, man. He's fiery today.
But what are you talking about, EJ? This guy, Nate Jones, is an excellent trainer, man.
Oh, you think everyone that guy
is that Nate Jones because Floyd is punching him?
He's there to hold the belt. What he does?
Nate Jones works on Floyd's balance, man.
Hey, what you need? What you need? Who's a bad trainer in your opinion? Because you're saying everyone's a good trainer. Who's a bad trainer?
I never said that. I never said that at all. All right, that's what I'm saying.
Who's a bad trainer?
Who's a bad trainer?
Who's a bad trainer?
Come on, homie.
See,
who's a bad trainer?
I don't know them because right now they ain't getting recognition, so I can't really tell you.
So
I know a bad trainer. I know a bad trainer.
Where are these people? See, he's been cool, Joe.
What was his name? Russell? I think he.
Hey, what you need? Trainer. What you need? You think
coached
is Tim Lane a good trainer? Is Tim Lane a good trainer? Tim Lane a good trainer? Algeri's old trainer.
He's a good dog trainer. He's a good dog trainer.
I don't know what on earth was that, but he said I'm letting him out the cage. I don't know what that was about.
I'll ask you the question. What you need?
But
is Tim Lane a good trainer? What you need?
I just said he's letting him out the cage.
So even Tim Lane's a good trainer in what you need's opinion.
No, he's making fun of him. He's making fun of him. He's saying he's a bad trainer.
But he's got to answer the question. Yeah,
he's not answering the question. What you need, bro?
He's got to answer the question.
I just did.
No, you didn't. You saying let him out the cage. So you believe Tim Lane's a good trainer, right?
I just said hell no. You didn't hear me?
Okay.
Oh, he's funny, man. All right.
I got him to say someone's not a good trainer.
All right.
Can we go back to the Broner-Porter fight? What does Broner have, that can really beat Porter is what I really want to know, given the situation that... outside of just skill. Broner becomes stationary. And he's not going to hold. He's not going to hold Porter.
Porter's overrated. Porter's overrated.
Oh, come on.
You ever heard of a jab?
He's overrated.
Broner is capable of winning this fight.
Kell Brook beat him with a jab.
Yeah, man.
Kell Brook beat him by hold.
He's been worked out.
Let's see what it was.
He got worked out. He can't adjust a guy stronger than him. So this is why they're trying to drain his strength. Yeah.
Broner's an accurate puncher as well, man.
Yeah, he's a
Broner's capable of winning this.
I think Porter can bully.
Turn him,
and
tag
bully
him,
good.
tag him, turn him, tag him, jab him.
Yeah, but Broner's going to be expected Porter to come and try and bully him. That's going to be.
And then he's gonna come expecting to still get bullied.
No.
He's gonna come expecting to still get bullied.
You heard of a pivot, bro?
Yes, bro. You have to take the jab.
Fundamental, man. Fundamentals.
Nah, I just don't.
He just gotta turn him. Porter goes in the straight line.
Once Broner goes above 140, to me, he's useless.
What's the weight class?
I'm sorry.
What's the weight
I'll
class?
tell you what, man.
144.
I've heard a few people speak about this fight like Porter's gonna knock Broner out. He ain't
No.
gonna
I don't think that. I don't think that.
Broner out. He's not gonna ragdoll him like he did Paulie. That's not gonna happen. If anyone's thinking that, that's not gonna happen.
I think he could.
Yeah,
Broner's gonna keep
He ain't gonna knock him out, but I think the end of the good time.
Happening, man. Who you picking?
I've got.
You can't. You know what I mean? You can't be on the like. Hassan's going with Porter. Joe B's going with Porter. Me. What you need?
I don't rate Porter as a boxer. I think Porter's just a brawler. I think Porter's a.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro.
I don't really want to pick Porter, but I'm not sure.
I think Porter wins. I think Porter wins 7-5.
I know you do.
It goes long, man.
I want to pick Porter. I want to pick Broner, I should say. I want to pick Broner.
Hey, let's pick Broner in it. That's what I'm going in with Broner.
That's right. You picked the winning team right there.
We got 2 weeks
Guaranteed.
anyway. We got 2 weeks out anyway, so it's like there's no competitive fights next week. Joe, I might be wrong. We're gonna come back next week to argue, and I was wrong, but actually, you know what? Like the PBC cards have been. You know what? This PBC cards.
I was about to say these
God.
PBC cards. Everyone's shitting on them. I love PBC.
I'm loving it.
I love PBC.
I love PBC cards, man. PBC cards are the shit, bro. They're the best. They're the best thing.
I'm the biggest Al Heyman skeptic and critic, but I got to take my hat off to him for this. I love this.
I remember you was going in on the Al Heyman last year. You was going in.
But let me ask you this though.
How long does this last?
In all fairness, right? Now I was going in on him, but didn't I preface my statements with I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I did say that.
I know you did, but the most of the majority of the time, you was going.
I was killing him. Because I didn't trust him.
That was my favorite part, hearing him say you didn't trust him.
Yeah, but PBC cards have been the best thing for boxing.
And they're free, man.
How long does it last? How long does it last is the issue. He's doing too many fights now.
I know. There's
too many of them.
There's not enough. I want them every week, man.
Can I say something? Can I tell you something?
Boxing.
I'm going to tell you something, right? And this is the thing. You asked a great question. How long is it going to last? But I'm going to say that I think it's going to last a long time for a couple reasons. Because there's a lot of sponsors getting involved and jumping on board on this. There's a lot of people getting behind this, and they're pushing it, and they're pushing it, and they're pushing it. So based off of what I've seen in that regard, I think it's going to last a long time because you're seeing a lot of sponsors, a lot of people, commercials, a lot of people. There's advertisement everywhere. A lot of websites are pushing it. There's banners everywhere. Everybody is jumping on board, and they're riding the wave. This is going to fucking make it. It's going to make it, baby.
The thing is, you have money. You have money. Money goes long. Fighters don't go long.
Is how will it fare with NFL and college football? If the numbers can stay good and stay consistent, of course it will last. If it doesn't, I just hope. I mean,
you can't compare it because football, they have a bigger pool of people.
How does it compare with football, NFL, and college?
Michael, have you been impressed thus far, though, with the reception and the numbers and the ratings that it's getting so far?
Is he still there?
I don't know if you heard me.
Michael,
I'm just saying because as you know, particularly folks here in the States, NFL is king.
Absolutely, nothing's going to beat NFL. I agree.
I hope NFL always stays king.
No, I know football crowd is fucking, but PBC's fucking pulling the numbers, man. The fucking numbers.
As far as the rating, it will be here. It will be here to stay. But the big question:
do we have enough? Our fighters getting built up enough, though?
That's what we will know.
How many people watched the Guerrero thing yesterday? I reckon he done some fucking good numbers. I was watching that.
I didn't watch it because
these fights, though, these fights are getting at least 1 million plus viewers every time.
Yes. This is fucking...
To be honest, these fights now, they don't have anything to compete with really sports-wise.
Michael's making some good points, but I don't want to listen to him right now. He's bringing me down. He's bringing me down.
Last year was garbage, man. Last year was garbage for boxing. This year we're getting like you know, maybe the fights, you know, the Guerrero and the Furman didn't live up to what we expected. But you know, some of the cards fights we didn't expect are coming on. You know, the fucking the Geale and what's his name again?
Guerrero.
Yeah, that was that fight made me fucking off my seat, man. That fight was sick, man. You know what I'm saying? So there's some real good fights. Kameda versus what's his name?
Miguel.
Yeah, that was a good fight. That was a good fight. So you know, you never know what you're gonna get. Look, man, we know Guerrero got his ass.
I think we're gonna see more Europeans. We're gonna see a load of Europeans. So
put on good quality fights. That's another case.
I think you know what, Al Heyman. I mean, I don't think Al Heyman cares who. Some of the judges are fucked. Some of the judges need to be sacked though. But other than that,
ban Lawrence Cole.
I'll tell you what, man. It's gonna get better, but hardcores are gonna be more disappointing because we're gonna see more matches made with the concessions on the catch weights. More matches are gonna be made. You're gonna see, you know.
I'm past the catch weights. I'm gonna accept the fact.
Let them go.
I'm gonna accept. I don't like them, but I'm gonna just have to accept them.
Yeah, me too. That's what
I'm still buying.
My issue with is there enough fighters for him to make it last a very years?
I don't care. It's like I just want to see more boxing, and I'm just happy when we got so much
Sometimes
boxing.
too much of a good thing is a bad thing.
No.
The way Beats broke down the catchweight situation, he opened my eyes today. I'm gonna have to accept it.
Yeah. Oh God, no.
I'm not gonna accept it, but you know, if you have catch weights, you know, that are non-title fights, I'm cool with that. What's the title fight? I'm still the same.
Catch weights, we won't have Porter and Broner.
When I go to the doctor,
guess.
When I go to the doctor and he checks to see if I have that prostate cancer and he sticks his finger up there, I don't like it, but I don't like it, but I have to accept it. I don't like it, but I have to accept it.
Oh, Joe.
That's terrible, Joe. I'm sorry.
That's how the
other ways to do it now.
Joe,
I don't need it. I'm not going there, bro.
Joe's hardcore. Joe's hardcore.
I'm sorry, Joe.
Joe's hard.
I'm sorry for you, man.
But
the power of being young.
No catch weights, no Broner and Porter. There'd be a lot of fights we wouldn't be getting, you know.
I mean, but are you happy with the Broner versus Porter if it turns out bad because of the catch weight? You'll be mad afterwards.
Yeah,
you'll be mad afterwards.
You know what? People said, remember there was a thing where Al Heyman was saying Al Heyman fighters don't fight Al Heyman fighters. Now they're fighting. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Go ahead, Beats.
Yeah. I mean, Garcia and Peterson. That was a catch weight. It was a good fight. You complain? Listen, I think good fights.
I don't want to put words.
It was a catch weight going upwards though, so it wasn't as bad.
I don't want to put words.
Still a catch weight.
I don't want to put words in Beats' mouth, but I think what Beats is trying to say at the end of the day, catch weight or no catch weight, if the fight's good, the fight's good.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Beats, you are preaching today, baby. You are preaching.
Yes, I think it's just going to be a bad thing if Porter comes in and he's drank.
Here's the state. The question is, how good the fights are going to be.
The fights, I'll tell you what, man. They're getting, you know, you get that many fights, you got that many fights, you have to let them burn. But the format of the PBC, you know, when they first started, the music and stuff, I'm getting used to the ring announcer not being in the ring. Give you a tip. When the ring announcer's not in the ring, they get to the action real quick. And shit, they get the action real quick. The belt, you know, they're not really focused on the belt sometimes. It's good sometimes they do. Because I like, you know, the James DeGale and the Darrell fight. I like that when he won the championship, that was good. But there's certain things they're cutting out of boxing that we don't really need. The ring announcer don't need to be in the ring. It's just too much. Like, you know, so I'm getting used to their whole format and getting the action out way and done. And the commentary is okay. You know,
have they changed the walk-ins yet? I like seeing the walk-ins. I always see the fights on PBC. I never watch the walk-ins. I can watch the walk-in. I want to see the walk-in.
It's the walk-in. When they first done it was a bit dry. Now they're playing some good music. And
but is it like more than just the fighter walking in? Because I never see the walk-ins.
Yeah, nah. You know, I haven't seen them either. But you know what? I see them in the ring, and they don't take too long for them to get it on. They ain't no big posture.
I mean, but that's like part of the thing. Like watching Cotto walk in and watching Geale walk in, like the walk-ins are like get you pumped, like it's about to happen.
I know it does, but that's the pay-per-view shit. On TV, they ain't got no time for that.
It's free. It's free.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
It's free.
Hey, yo, there's a lot of things free in America.
I love True TV. I love it all, man. Fox TV, everything. Just show me more boxing. That's all I care about.
One thing I do like about PBC is that it's pushed top ranking other Golden Boy put on better fights now, which is good.
Hey, you know what?
That's good.
Hey, son, you made a good point. Check it. Golden Boy are being so getting threatened that Delray is getting back in the ring. We ain't talk about that yet.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's crazy.
I hope that does not happen, man.
I want him to.
I see Roy Jones, and I see Roy Jones. People forget that Roy Jones was more dominant than I think Floyd was, and people keep forgetting how good Roy Jones really was because he keeps fighting beyond his age.
Nah, Roy Jones is still the man, man.
Roy Jones to me was extremely dominant more than Floyd was. He was beating people and knocking them out.
Jones fighting Charlotte. No.
Roy Jones is the man. What me and Beats commentating the other day. We knew he was gonna win that fight, ain't it, Beats?
Oh yeah.
No, man. Roy Jones fought about 30 minutes from where I live his last fight out. No.
Roy Jones is the man, bro. He was the man, bro. Now, on the rules, yeah. Like,
Oscar coming back, yeah? Against Moses.
Yeah, we should talk about Oscar coming back, man. I think Oscar should come back. I think there's some good fights for him.
He said he wanted to fight Triple G.
Kind of news for stateside folks. Golden Boy actually bought the television rights for Ndam and Lemieux, so we are going to be able to see that fight in the United States. It will be on Fox Sports.
It'll be where's it gonna be at? Where's it gonna be at?
It's on Fox Sports 2. I don't have Fox Sports 2. I only have Fox Sports 1. That's
I get the links on YouTube, man. You know what I mean?
I was already thinking about you, EJ. I wasn't worried about it.
I get all the
FirstRowSports.eu.
Hey, I get all of them. Like, that fight there. The thing, you know what ESPN missed? We was having a big, like the other day, a big ho-ha about ESPN. Shit, I ain't missing it.
You haven't spoke about Lemieux and Ndam, either.
No, I mentioned. Yeah, you're right.
You gotta save.
I got a dom.
You gotta save. You gotta save some stuff for next week now because we're breaking down.
When's Lemieux and Ndam? And when's that?
That's a 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, you gotta save some stuff for next week.
Oh, never mind.
All right, we'll say.
So I have to see that fight.
Yeah, I think that's what he needs, boy. I got Ndam winning that fight, man. I think he can box him this day.
What you need was telling me that Ndam could be a good challenge for GGG.
Yeah, he was. He's the only one saying that. I'm saying Angulo can travel triple G as well, man.
I'll tell you what, man. Ndam ain't beating no Triple G, bro. I'll tell you that, man.
Triple G's the truth.
Well, we'll see.
Triple G's the truth.
Who's he for?
300 fights in the amateurs.
You ain't answer the question. See, who
he's 300 fights in the amateurs.
You say the truth. Who did he win to get the belt off?
Yeah,
I don't really care. I don't care who he fought to win the belt.
I remember the name.
He the truth
dude from Colombia.
He beat up Murray. He beat up Murray.
It was
Don't bail him out. Don't bail him out.
He beat Murray convincingly.
Much deterioration physically from Angulo.
Murray. I don't know how to say his name.
He ain't for no one. Like he ain't for no one. So he ain't no truth.
Wait, what? Who? What? You don't think Murray was good?
Murray's my dude.
Murray was all right.
Murray is good, man.
He ain't a world beater though.
Murray's my dude, but Murray.
He almost beat Martinez. He beat Martinez. So
he beat Martinez. He should have been the middle.
No, he lost against Martinez.
I was EJ on that one.
He beat Martinez that day, man.
Nah.
Hey, what? Man, come on, man. He didn't get the belt because
I had Martinez winning.
Yeah, I had Martinez winning.
What? Are you serious?
It wasn't wide though. It wasn't wide. I didn't have it wide.
It was a close one.
So if someone said Murray,
how many times did he knock him down? How many times did he knock him down? How many times did he knock him down?
Well,
Two. One was definitely a slip. One was definitely a slip.
3 times.
One was a slip. One was a for sure slip. It was 2. If that's the case, Zab Judah knocked down Mayweather. Okay.
Yeah, he did.
That's right.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he
did not knock him down. He was a slip.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
It was a slip.
No, it wasn't a slip.
Yeah, it was a.
I saw it in slow-mo.
Come on, watch it in slow-mo. Watch it in reverse. Watch it in reverse.
I'm gonna watch it in reverse.
Watch it with no motion.
And I'm gonna watch it mirrored too.
Slow motion boxing, bro.
That slow motion thing's been in the laughing stock of YouTube of the YT.
Hey, let that slow motion Pacquiao Floyd keep going, man.
You know, I
think it's good. It's promotion. Let him do the slow mo. It's promotion.
Put that video up. That dude who put that video up, man.
He got paid. He should have been paid for that. He should have been paid.
And you see Carsino's video, he got a picture of Pacquiao in the drain, in the sewage. He went Pacquiao. He was sewage and shit. That Carsino's going in, man. But hey, where's Pacquiao at? No one knows where he is, though.
Man, look, Chris been going in with those photos he's been posting on G+.
Yeah, Chris getting in, man. Chris getting in there. Hey, man, this is good. Any other news? But we gonna wrap up. Any other news, guys? No, I guess not, man. Hey, this has been one of the great hangout, man. That's what I wanted from last time. More interaction, more feedback. I hope you guys listened and enjoyed it. We got channels out here, Hassan. We got Boxing Beats and Rhymes, Joe Habib, What You Need, EJ Boxing Live, Chris Caban, Michael from Paramount Boxing Report. Man, I'm sure you know where to find everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed the debate. We're going to call it a quits right now. Why? Because why we're winning. And next week, we come back on our predictions, and we're going to keep it real. Anything else you guys want to say to the fight fans listening?
Canelo and Cotto probably be at 155, according to an interview on Boxing 24.
I want to just say one thing to What You Need, man. You made my day today, man. You were good entertainment value today, bro.
Hey, look, you know what?
Oh yeah. What you need? Amir Khan does deserve the right to jump the welterweight ratings because he did clean out his division at 140 almost.
Hey, the toe-to-toe debates.
I don't believe it, but it's right.
Hey, the toe-to-toe debates, backwards and forwards, is what you need right there. Is what you need right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. Punning what you need. Backwards and forwards, Joe Habib and What You Need and Boxing Beats Around. That little back-to-back, that's like the best shit that I got, man. I ain't gonna lie. I enjoyed that shit.
I'm the only American that defends the UK.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but look, man, even Hopkins was talking about fighting James DeGale in the UK today. You know what I mean? Yeah.
UK is the place to be, man. They got the best fighters.
I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere then. I ain't going nowhere.
He referenced Carl Froch at Wembley.
I'm actually going to move to the UK.
There's a girl.
Where you gonna move
to the UK?
hat?
Hey,
I'm gonna hook up with EJ. I want EJ to scout out the area for me. I want to get a flat out there.
Hey Habib, you know, man. Habib, you know, if you make any money, America's gonna want them taxes, boy.
Hey, B, when Amir Khan fights Floyd Mayweather in Wembley, man, you know you be over it. That's the shit right there. Like,
I know.
That shit gonna be good, man. Like, you know, I hope that fight happens in Wembley, because you know, in the capital, nowhere else, not Bolton or Manchester. Don't go be going up there. The capital. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, anything else. All right. Any other news? Guess not. All right, fight fans. Thanks for coming over from EJ Boxing Line and the rest of the best channels here on the YTBC. We out. Peace.
Peace. Peace. Peace.